All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Today we are going to share an article made by Muslims about the amazing person who is unique in everything. Unbelievable. His name is Muhammad. Um, and we as a Christians, we should not share this article with anyone. I mean, if you, this is why I have this picture there. I mean, don't, don't tell anyone. All right, because if people knows what is in this article, I mean, who is going to stay not a Muslim? Who in the world will hesitate for a second after that not to convert to Islam? Actually, me myself almost I converted after I saw this article. But you know, the reason I could not reach to that point, uh, it's very embarrassing. You know, I remembered a lot of things about Muhammad, and I said to myself, either Muhammad is lying or the Muslims are lying. So which one is going to win, the article or what Muhammad said? I hope that the Muslims are listening, and I hope we will have some Muslim callers. Today we are earlier than the time which we used to do, because later I have a lot of work, to do, so I apologize. Usually, as you know, 4:30 p.m. New York time, Sunday, right? But today we are coming earlier. Now, the article in the front of our eyes, let us show it to you. In a website called Quran Reading. Quran Reading. 15 things about the character of the Prophet Muhammad, BPUH. By the way, if you think that this is a chemical thing, this is not. Muhammad, he have a special chemical by Allah, which you have to add after his name, PBUH, which is even false, because the Quran does not say PBUH. The Quran says Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, which means Allah pray on him and salute him. And just the previous video before this one about Islam, we explain that point. Now there's 15 things you people need to know about the Prophet Muhammad, and I hope that's not many of you will convert to Islam after reading those 15 things. Actually, there's some articles they have 25, some articles they have 70 things, some articles they have 100 things. I cannot go all over those 100 things, but I found that this article is like the most interesting. All right, so let us see what is the most let us say interesting things about the Prophet. A speaker corner. Are you a Muslim? We have a guy in the text, his name is Speaker Corner, trying to get attention. We will give you attention, my friend. Are you a Muslim? Why you don't call me if you are a Muslim, so we can hear you? Do you want to call me? Okay, let us start. Number one thing about the Prophet, I mean, this one alone is amazing. It's even beyond the tectonic plates, beyond the galaxies, beyond the understanding of science and physics, beyond the understanding how ice cream is formed, beyond the delicious, the delicious food which you can made to you by your mother-in-law, who she's trying to get rid of you. But I mean, this is amazing. For the sake of Allah, everything Muhammad he did for the sake of Allah. I mean, that's amazing. The dog is going crazy. What dog? In the TV. All for the sake of Allah. Okay, let us count like this. Muhammad, he had sex with Aisha when she was a child. Why? Because for the sake of Allah. Muhammad, he went to his own son house and he found the wife alone, and she is married and she have a husband, and her husband is considered as his son. And Muhammad, he said, bear witness, this man, he inherit me and I inherit him. But when he went to his son's house, he said, "Oh, my heart is beating for you." I mean, this is obviously it was for the sake of Allah, to the point even Allah He made a Quran about it. I mean, obviously, why Allah He made Muhammad going horny to a married woman, and she is married to his own son. That obviously it was for the sake of Allah. It's not because Muhammad is horny and his testicles are going crazy. It's not because this woman, she is very white and she's tall and he like her and he saw her almost naked. It's not because he liked her ass or her breast or her private part. No, it was for the sake of Allah, obviously. Yeah, hello. I mean, what's wrong with you? Why you cannot see it? Isn't it obvious? A man, he go to his own son's house and he found the wife alone, and then he said to her, "Praise be to Allah, the one who made my heart flip for you." See, he just mentioned the name of Allah there. Yes, he is a flirting, having a relationship with a married woman, and she is married to his son, but it was for the sake of Allah. Everything for the sake of Allah. Muhammad, he made a chapters in the Quran that if you want to see the Prophet, you have to pay him first. That one was for the sake of Allah, because Allah, he need money. I mean, and don't you know? Muhammad, he made a chapter saying, pay the Prophet before you meet him in a private meeting. Why? Why we cannot meet the Prophet unless we pay him first? What kind of a prophet this prophet is? You see, even the Muslims in their website, this website, I was wondering why I have advertising, but those Abdul, they want to make money from their website, so it was only their website have the advertising appearing. I thought it's the browser have a problem with it. Okay, let us see what Muhammad he said to his followers, and it was for the sake of Allah. Obviously, all for the sake of Allah. All right, here we go. Chapter 58, verse number 12. You want to meet with the Prophet in a private meeting? All right, this is what you need to do. It's very easy. There's no requirement except pay him. Pay him. Chapter 58, verse number 12. Oh, who you believe, when you consult the messenger in private, spend something in charity before your private consultation. What spend? It says قدموا نجواكم. Give him, not spend somewhere. Give him. Why for, you know, I mean, what kind of a prophet, if you want to speak to him in a private, you need to pay him? I mean, okay, I don't have money. What I would do now? What if I am cheap? The prophet is a prophet. I mean, he is a messenger of God. Since when God he put conditions in order to speak to a prophet, and the condition is you have to spend money first? I thought prophet came to the one who is lost, the one who don't believe in God, the one who don't he's not good. Not the one is good. The one is good, you do not need the prophet anyway. So now the bad ones, they want to come to the prophet. What the prophet is requirement to see him? You have to pay him first. Yeah, today I have early broadcast for the sake of Allah. All for the sake of Allah, guys. All right. Yeah. Hey guys, I'm thinking to buy a villa in Florida for the sake of Allah. Who wanna help me? What do you think? Shouldn't you guys help? I wanna buy a humble villa, and they're like, it's not, it shouldn't, I don't care if it's big. If not, just like 12 rooms is fine. Okay, I mean, like 4 bathrooms, 2 swimming pools, one for the mature women over the age of 6, and for the one who they are old over 9, you know, the old women. So I mean, I think you guys, you will help, right? For the sake of Allah, I mean, come on. I'm a prophet of Allah, and if you want to meet me, how many of you call me every day asking me for help? Imagine if every one of you, I say to you, okay, go and make a donation of $25 or $100, and I will talk to you. I mean, that's a good business. Unbelievable. I will be rich. Everything for the sake of Allah. When Muhammad, he said that the 5th from every attack is to Muhammad. الخمس لله ورسوله. Was that for the sake of Allah? Huh? Muslims? Was that واعلموا إنما غنمتم من شيء فإن لله خمس وهو الرسول. And look, guys, the prophet right away, he put the orphan after his name right away, like he's a good guy, you know, he's a good guy. Yes, he want to take the 5th to his pocket, but he's a good guy. Why Muhammad he need the 5th to his pocket? Huh? And know that out of the booty, a thief, Muhammad, he want to guarantee his share of the theft, where nobody can discuss with him no more about how much he should take. It is right or not. Allah said, that's it. Allah said, in the case of the booty that you may acquire, the 5th of the share is assigned to Allah and to his messenger. Okay, the pocket of Allah is where? See, Muhammad, he made it clear. This is for Allah, but it's my pocket. Hey, Prophet, we got 7 underwear, 2 sandals. Those are for Allah? Are you sure? I mean, obviously, everything is for the sake of Allah. Why people don't see it? Huh? Why people don't see it? Isn't it obvious? Muhammad, he never required anything for himself. Do we have any Muslims listening? He would like to call us for the sake of Allah. So everything Muhammad he did, it was for the sake of Allah. Arabian women was for the sake of Allah. Cutting trees was for the sake of Allah. Burning houses was for the sake of Allah. Ordering the burning of people alive was for the sake of Allah. Cutting a woman to pieces when she was over the age of 80, almost 90. Qarfa, cutting her to pieces, that was for the sake of Allah. Bringing a Jew and beating him to death, asking him, where is your money, where you hide your money, was that for the sake of Allah? Unbelievable. I mean, I want to do that business for the sake of Allah. Muhammad, he have at least, according to Muslims, 13 wives, registered wives, for the sake of Allah. It's obvious. Actually, if you ask Muslims, they will say to you that Muhammad, he married the mother of the believers, Aisha, because he have a wisdom, he want her to memorize the hadith. Hold on. I mean, Muslims are suffering from hypocrisy. As I know that Muslim women are not equal to a man to be a witness for anything. So how you accept the mother of the believer, the child, to be a witness for what the Prophet did? Just because she is speaking about the Prophet, she is above the rules for the sake of Allah. Otherwise, women are not accepted. The Quran says in many places that women are not accepted to be witnesses. At least one woman sorry, 2 women and 1 man in the case of borrowing money only. Anything else, women are rejected to witness, especially if it's about a capital punishment witnessing, which mean like adultery, killing, theft, anything have to do with the blood punishment. That's no. Women are not allowed to be witness at all. Not even if there is 1 billion women, they saw a crime or a criminal, their witnesses is not accepted. But you know, who need witnesses for somebody is praising the Prophet? You know, Aisha, she said, who of you can control his penis as the Prophet? Aisha, comparing the penis of the Prophet to others. Look what she said. And by the way, all of what he's doing there, it was for the sake of Allah. Aisha, she was fasting, and I will show you the other hadith where he used to suck her tongue, but all of this was for the sake of Allah. The child wife, she said that the Prophet you know, he used to kiss me, etc. And then I will show you the hadith about he sucked my tongue, and she said, وَمَنْ مِنُكُمُ يَمْلِكُ إِرَبَهُ كَمَا كَانَ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ. Which of you control his penis as the same as the Prophet? The Muslim, they translate it here, he controlled his desire as Muhammad. Hey Aisha, how you know that Muhammad is the best in controlling desire? I mean, did you have sex with other men? But Muslims, they take it as long as Aisha, she is saying something good about the Prophet. The Muslims don't question. How this woman, she knew that Muhammad is the best in that field? Is that based on expertise or studying cases? She was a social worker. This is Sahih Muslim. What weak hadith? Imagine I marry a virgin, she never been with a man, and then when I take off my clothes, she said to me, excuse my language, ooh, look, wow, this is the biggest ever I seen. Excuse my language, forgive me God. How she know that this is the biggest? Especially at that time, there is no YouTube. Hello. So she is witnessing for the private part of the Prophet, but she never seen anything like this before. Who of you have testicles like the Prophet? Who of you who have a penis like this? You will not believe it how handsome his penis when he put sunglasses on them. I mean, what the heck? That's amazing. She must be virgin. Obviously she was. I mean, very much. I mean, extremely very much. Let me show you this one. I mean, and this coming hadith, obviously Aisha is very shy. I mean, obviously she is very shy. She is very, very shy. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Let us see. Let me find the hadith. Oh boy. Oh mommy. For the sake of Allah. Narrated Aisha, the Prophet SAWS. What happened in the article? They said BUHB. Do you think, guys, the chemical of the Prophet changed the bent in the situation? Oh, they hear now he is in bed, he is sucking tongues, so he is SAWS. Ah, okay, all right. The Prophet SAWS used to kiss her and suck her tongue. Yeah, Aisha, can you tell us how the, I mean, can you give us more details? He used to push his tongue to the left or to the right first? And how he suck it? He suck it like hard, softly, the tip of it, all of it. Unbelievable. For the sake of Allah. All of this is for the sake of Allah. I mean, and look how conservative this religion is. You know, imagine I have a wife, she come here, and you guys are waiting for me, and supposedly I am a big shot. And she take the mic and say, hey guys, do you know how a Christian prince sucked my tongue? What? Huh? Huh? And all of you, because you are a fan, you will say, how? How? Tell us how, please. Can you open the camera? How he sucked your tongue? And look, the topic is very religious. Muhammad is fasting. Look at this. Muhammad is fasting. He is not allowed to put any liquid in his mouth. But he is sucking the tongue of his wife. Hey Aisha, was Muhammad sucking something else and you did not mention? Or it was only the tongue? Seriously. I mean, it's okay. I mean, we are all over the age of 8. You are older than you, obviously. Tell us what he was sucking to. I wonder what Muhammad was sucking when he was fasting too. He start with the tongue, he end where? I don't know. He might end everywhere. This is the prophet, he have no limitation from Allah. I mean, do you see how, man, this is serious religion. That's why actually today I was worried if I start today. I mean, some of you might convert to Islam. And you will see, I mean, the Muslims are very conservative to the point they are collecting those stories in their books. I mean, this is serious story. You know, we receive right now a message from Saudi Arabia, from the city of Medina. The wife of the Prophet, peace upon him, she just announced that the Prophet, as we speak, he is sucking her tongue and something else. Okay, don't go far away with your thought. He was sucking some candies, okay? After, because she have candies in her tongue, okay? So I mean, I know you are thinking dirty way. No, it's just a candy in her mouth. I mean, Muhammad, and he is fasting. He is very, I mean, this guy is a good guy. He have no time to waste. All the time is for Allah. He's fasting now, and now it's time to suck tongues. I mean, this is for the sake of Allah. All right. You know, for the sake of Allah, Muhammad, he ordered a woman to give her breast to an adult man. Was that for the sake of Allah? Or he was making fun of the stupid Muslims? Huh? Aisha, because the Prophet, he ordered a woman to give her breast to a stranger, so he suck her breast before he enter upon her. Man, I'm going to Muslim countries very soon, guys. I'm going to visit all my neighbors, all the Muslims in the area. And because the Muslims are conservative, he will say, sorry, you cannot get our house before you go and suck my wife boobs, and and I will do it voluntarily for the sake of Allah. All right, listen. Aisha herself, she will not allow, look how conservative she is. She will not allow anyone to enter upon her unless he go and he admitted to one of her nieces or his sister or her sisters or their daughters and they suckle from them. I mean, isn't it? And and look at this, guys. Look at the translation of the Muslims. She sent those guys to her sisters to do what? Look at the translation. The translation, there's nothing. It's about suckling. In Arabic, it says arda'athu. Okay, here it says nursed. Okay, Aisha, she is saying men. Huh? Let me show you the other hadith. This one is not really clear. Hold on. Yeah, let us go from this one first. Then we go to Aisha. The Messenger of Allah, a woman, she came to him and she said to him, her name is Sahla bint Suhail. Her name is Sahla bint Suhail. She said to him, O Messenger of Allah, I see in the face of Abu Hudayfa, like he is upset because of Salim is entering upon me. Now this woman, she is coming asking for a solution from the Prophet, and the Prophet is the guy of solutions. I mean, he is very well known everywhere. You have a problem, you come to the Prophet. Solution is right away, for the sake of Allah. And then he said to her, suckle him. What? Muhammad, he said to the women to suckle this man? Suckle him. She said, how I can suckle him and he is a growing man? Oh. Okay. You guys don't understand why this happened. This is happened for the sake of Allah. Allah will not be happy if I enter upon the wife of a Muslim Abdul before I succor his wife. If I hold the breast of the wife of a Muslim and 10 times, you cannot do it in one time, which means you have to do it in 10 different days until you are satisfied. And by the way, we are always hungry, especially for those things. Unbelievable. You go in the Middle East, everybody is doing suckling. Unbelievable. It's a crazy countries. So you have to go first and suckle the women boobs, and then you can enter upon her. But he is already in her lap, you idiot. I mean, what kind of a stupid mad religion this religion? He is already in her lap. What enter upon her? The Muslims are worried about a man entering upon your wife and shaking hands with her, but they are not worried about a man suckling their women breast. We cannot shake their hands, we can suck their nipples. That's astonishing. All right. That's why actually I'm afraid many of you, after you see this, you convert to Islam. I mean, obviously, you guys, you might go crazy now. All right, look at this open-minded religion. 3 some, 4 some, 72 some. How many women they will have sex with me in one bedroom in the heaven? According to Muhammad, at least 72 women. 72 women with me alone in one bedroom, doing what? Suckling? All right. Just take it easy. I mean, it's very normal. You see, in the heaven of Allah, there is no borders. You never heard of organization it says without borders? In the heaven of Allah, there's no borders. Open sex. I can show you even from Islamic reference that in the heaven of Allah, you can have sex with your grandmother. You can have sex with your sister. You can have sex with your aunt. You can have sex with your niece. Who is a Muslim want to say to me this is a lie? Who is a Muslim? I don't want to say have guts, because obviously they lost it in the war in Syria. Who is a Muslim have the courage? I cannot say that too. They lost it with the war with the Russian. Who is a Muslim have the I don't know what they have left. What is left? Any Muslim can answer us? Is it true in the heaven of Allah you can have sex even with your own family members? And the excuse, guys, because in the heaven there is no lineage, you know. Here in earth we forbid from having sex with the, so you know the lineage. I mean, this is the lineage is important now. So it's not a sex. That's it. Even the logic of this religion is disgusting, stupid. What lineage? The reason you are not allowed to have sex with a woman without marriage is just a lineage. Is that why? Well, actually, I can show you from the Quran right now as we speak, and from the interpretation that you can have sex with your daughter in Islam if she is daughter from adultery. This is why I say, if you have a Muslim boyfriend, if you are a stupid woman who have a Muslim boyfriend, he can have sex with you, and he can have sex with his daughter from you. Yes, his daughter. You know, imagine if he's allowed to do that to his own daughter, what he would do to your daughter who you live with him. He is legally, lawfully allowed in Islam to have sex with his own daughter from his blood, because in Islam she is not considered as his daughter. She is not. Islam don't consider a daughter from relationship out of marriage a daughter. A daughter from outside marriage in Islam, she is not allowed to carry her father's name. Why? Because she is not his daughter, according to Islam. She cannot inherit. Why? Because she is not his daughter. She cannot get a child support. Why? Because she is not his daughter. But in fact, she is his daughter. You know, he is the real, you know, the father of this daughter. Just because she is out of marriage, he can, you know, he can have her. I want a Muslim to challenge me to say this is not a true. Any Muslim? Any Abdul? Who is a Muslim would like to call me live? Okay, who is a Muslim would like to call me dead? As long life you cannot do it. Who's a Muslim willing to call me and do suicide? Like, you know, explode your Skype on me for the sake of Allah. Yeah, suckle him. Okay, let's go back to the article. I mean, we don't want to miss this amazing article because there's a lot of things we need to cover. So everything for the sake of Allah, even Muhammad taking money from people, raping women, stealing children from their family, burning trees, having sex with Aisha, taking the wife of his own son, taking the fifth of the booties, everything Muhammad he made for the sake of Allah, everything. What else? Mannerism. Read. Prophet PBBUH was epitome. I don't know how even to read it. Of good manners. This is really, I'm going to die now. This is too much. This is lovely. This is so lovely. The Prophet, he have the best manner. Really? Like what? Like what? Every action he take, every move he make, I'm watching you. The Prophet, he have the best manner. What's wrong with? What does it matter? He suck tongue, he suck boys, he rape women. What is better than this man? This is the Prophet, man. All right. The Prophet, he have the best manner of mankind. The Prophet did not swear at anyone, nor he was rude. Guys, I don't know. Am I reading that correctly? Am I reading that correctly? The Prophet did not swear at anyone, nor was he rude, nor he did curse anyone. This is in Al-Bukhari. Okay, let me go to Al-Bukhari, Abdul. Al-Bukhari said that. It has got you busted. Bukhari, huh? Bukhari, but there's no hadith. Bukhari said that. I mean, come on. He never been rude. He never cursed anyone. Guys, read with me. Sahih Muslim. Sahih Muslim. Okay, let's read. One is enough. Abu Huraira reported, Allah Messenger, may peace upon him, as saying, hey Abdul, who is saying? Who is talking there? The Messenger himself. You said the Messenger, he never been rude, he never been cursed, he never harm anyone. Look at your Prophet saying about harming and being rude and cursing and beating the Muslims. Beating them, not only that. Oh Allah, who is talking? Muhammad. I am a human being. Are you sure? I mean, seriously, are you sure? This guy is a human being. I was thinking something else. And for any person amongst the Muslims, this is doing what to the Muslims? Upon whom I hurl malediction or invoke curse or giving him whipping. Make it source of purity and mercy. What the heck? In the article they said the Prophet never cursed anybody, never hurt anyone, never harm anyone, never was rude. The guy, he just said, admitted in one statement, he did whip people for with no justice, because it says there, make them for the mercy. It's not justice. I'm just a human, which means I make you know, it's not justice. It's not justified. Otherwise, you do not need to apologize for it. I am a human being. For any person among the Muslims upon whom I hurt, I beat, I curse, I insult. In Arabic, actually, it says sababtuhu wa la'antuhu. Sababtuhu as-sabbu wal-la'n. You know, sab in Arabic is you saying to somebody, your mother is a whore, you know, your father is a pimp. This is what sababtuhu. That was sababtuhu. And the curse, we know what curse. In the article they said Muhammad, he never did any of this. Why Muslims do you lie? Why? I'm serious here. Why Muslims love to lie? Give me 3 reasons for Muslims to lie. I can find you 1 million reasons. Islam is like a business. It's a business, actually. Even the Quran described, Allah in the Quran, he said, وَهَلْ أَدُلُّكُمْ عَلَى تِجَارَةٍ. Should I lead you into a trade? A merchandise? Islam is a merchandise. The Quran itself described Islam as a merchandise. Read with me. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. This is different. Hold on. This advertising in this website is making me sick. I think I need to change the website. You know, it keep coming up. Look how many times the word tijara, merchandise, is appearing. Chapter 35, verse number 29. But here it says clearly it's a merchandise. Chapter 61, verse number 10. Should I lead you into merchandise? Huh? What is merchandise? What is the merchandise Allah is talking about? Oh, you believe? Shall I lead you into a bargain? Islam is a bargain? Is it? Muslims, is Islam is a merchandise? Is it a business? Do you see it? Should we list Islam in Amazon.com? You know what their mind is about money. Should I lead you to a merchandise? It's a merchandise. You give Muhammad money, Allah will give you a corner lot in the heaven. Actually, there's a hadith, a story about a guy. His name is Abu Dahdah. Abu Dahdah, he have a farm full of palm trees. And you know, if you have a farm palm tree full of palm trees in the desert, that's mean you are really a lucky guy. You are rich. We are talking about the desert. Muhammad, he asked him to exchange his farm with the corner lot in the heaven. Do you understand, my friend? All right, who of you here who have a front house beach who would like to exchange with me a corner lot in the heaven? Any one of you? All what you need to do, you give me your house. If you have a house in the Florida, in the front, in Miami Beach, and I will talk to Allah, He will give you a corner lot in a more important location where you can sell hummus and falafel. What is that? So in the article they said that the Prophet never been rude. He never cursed anyone. But as you see, they don't show us where he's taking this from. In the same time, what is in front of us, it says the opposite. Muhammad, he cursed people. Muhammad, he beat them unjustly. Muhammad is harming his Muslims. He is abusing them. And he is admitting that from his own mouth. Do we have any Muslim? So why Muslims? Until now, we could not find one decent thing in this article. Guys, unique thing about the Prophet, number 3. What is that? Is that a humor? Am I reading this correctly, or my English is funny? The Prophet, he have a humor or hammer? Hammer, I think. People think that being a religious leader had nothing to do with the humor. Rather, he will all strictness and strutera and this. Okay. Once a man asked Allah Messenger for an animal to ride. He replied that he would give him the baby of the she camel to ride on. The man asked, what would he do with the she camel baby? Muhammad replied, is there any camel which is not born of a she camel? This is funny. Like what? Is that the joke? This is a joke? Muslims, are you sure that this is a humor or stupidity? This is the joke? Let me show you the humor of the Prophet, which is a clear sign of stupidity. I'm not going to show you this one about breastfeeding for an adult. We spoke about this one. Let us show something else. Huh? All right. When the following verse, you see there's a missing here word verse, was revealed, not equal are those who believe who sit at home. Look at this. I don't know if you guys will get this here, where the funny part about it. Muhammad is now receive a verse from Allah. His friends is around. His friends are around. And one of the guys is sitting there. He is a blind man. His name Ibn Maktoum. So Muhammad, he said, not equal are those who of the believers who sit at home. He's talking about those who go jihad. They are better. All right. Ibn Maktoum was sitting behind Muhammad. This is the blind man. They put him in the back always because he's no one. He said, "O Messenger of Allah, what about me? No, this guy, he cannot go for jihad. He's a blind. I'm blind." He said he did not leave before the following revealed, except those who they are disabled. That's a good joke. Okay, unbelievable. Muslims, are you saying to me that Allah, he forgot about the disabled, now he corrected himself because the blind man, he opposed this? And guys, right away Allah, he sent the verse. Allah right away before the guy leave. Muhammad, he says it is not equal those who go in war jihad and those who sit home. He forgot about the disabled. A disabled guy, he's there and said, "Hey Prophet, hello Prophet, I'm blind." So Muhammad, he right away he received a verse from Allah saying, except those who they are disabled. Are you happy now? Are you happy? Are you happy? Are you? Huh? Are you? It's not equal. It is not equal. Do you think that the one he can dance salsa is equal? He is not equal. He is not equal. He is not equal. The one he dance salsa not the same as the one he do not dance salsa. Hello? But Prophet, I'm disabled. I cannot dance salsa. Okay, except those who are blind. What a stupid, crazy religion. What do you want me to sing? Okay, we will have the coming show is going to be the what they call it, the American Idol. American Idol. Oh, stupid program. American Idol. You know what? American Idol, the best idol in the world is Muhammad. Get us Muhammad in the stage. Look at this. Look at this. This is sense of humor. Allah himself, he forgot that disabled are there. And then the disabled guy, he said to Muhammad, are you stupid or what? How they are not equal and there is people who cannot go to jihad. What is my fault? So this man, he corrected Allah right away. Let me show you another stupid things. I mean, it's sense of humor, sorry. All right. I was narrated by Salama and al-Mu'mineen. She is one of the wives of the Prophet. I was with the Messenger of Allah. SAWS. You see, notice that the SAWS can be changed depending on the situation. If he is in the bed or with the wife, it's SAWS sometime. If he is standing, not playing sex, he is PUPHD, you know, or BHD like Shabir Ali. While Maymuna was with him, then Ibn Maktoum, this is the same guy, the blind guy, came, and this happened when we were ordered to observe the veil. Okay. The Prophet SAWS said, observe the veil from him. Observe the veil from him. We ask Allah, Messenger of Allah, but isn't he blind? Hey, hold on. Hey, my wife, cover yourself. I have a friend is coming. Cover yourself, okay? But your friend is blind. So what? Cover yourself. But the guy is blind. Hello? Hello? Muslims, your prophet ordering his wives to cover themselves, but the guy is blind? Is that a sense of a humor or sense of a stupidity? Who is a Muslim here? He have an answer for this smart prophet. Wolf, I think Wolf is a Muslim. I can tell from his text he is boiling. How are you, Wolf? Are you a real Wolf or you are aftermarket Wolf? Who is a Muslim here? When I tell me what kind of a prophet he says such a thing? The wives have to be covering themselves because a blind man is coming. How that happened, man? You think your prophet was taking too much hashish? A wife cover herself, okay? Husband, the guy is blind. So what if he's blind? Are you blind too? Are you? You know, this is remind me of our neighbor in the Middle East. First time he got a TV, a man appeared in the screen. He ordered his wife to wear their hijab. Hani Abdul. Seriously, Hani Abdul here. I mean, I want to understand if that is that a prophet who is having a sense of a humor or he's serious here? Obviously, he's serious. And he says to them, "Don't you see him?" But as I know, Muslim women they can see men. Since when Muslim women they cannot see men? Hey, Muslims, is your women allowed to see men with their eyes, who they are not naked for sure? Huh? They can, right? So what your prophet is talking about? A man is coming to his house as a visitor, is blind. So what if they can see him? What the problem? What is the problem? What is the fear of Muhammad? That is not a sense of a humor. This is a sense of a stupidity. Do we have any Abdul? What is that language there? Interfaith. What is that language? Let me translate. Hold on. He is saying the prophet was amazing, have amazing sense of humor. He is counting the list. He have amazing sense of humor. He have an amazing underwear. He used to leak. He used to shake his penis 3 times. The prophet, he used to have 3 testicles. The prophet, he used to use his left hand to clean his ass. Okay. Hey, Muslims, you can use your left hand to clean your ass, but you cannot use your right hand. What if somebody cut your left hand? What do? You use your tongue? Huh? What do you do then? Why? What's? I mean, why the left hand? If you use your, I mean, how you can clean yourself with the left hand only? Huh? Left hand? Okay, open the camera. I want to see a Muslim how he can do it. Anyone knows why a Muslim he is not allowed to eat with the left hand? Who knows? Who knows the reason? A Muslim he cannot eat with the left hand. I got a message from from Allah. Okay. If you eat with the left hand, shaitan will eat with you. You believe it? And I was wondering why the shaitan of my neighbor, he was getting fat. Each time my neighbor he eat with his left hand, shaitan is eating with him. Is that a sense of a humor, or this is a sense of a stupidity? Hmm? And Abdul? And Abdul? Muhammad, he said, لا تأكلوا بالشمال. Look at this knowledge, man. Don't eat with your left hand, for Satan eat with his left hand. Okay, and okay, hold on. So what if Shaitan, this was an older news 1400 years ago. What if Shaitan switch his hand right now and he is using the right hand? What you will do? What the Muslims will do? And hold on. So what if Shaitan he eat with his left hand? I mean, who care? Hello? Okay, now Shaitan he eat with his mouth. That's mean we should not use our mouth. Because whatever he use, we should not use. Correct, guys? Listen to the logic. Why we should not eat with the left hand? Because Shaitan he use his left hand. So whatever Shaitan he use, we should not use. Okay. How Shaitan he eat anyway? He have a mouth. That's mean we should not use our mouth. I mean, what's stupid of this is a stupidity. If Shaitan eat with the left hand, we cannot eat with the left hand. Okay, Shaitan he uses his mouth, so we cannot use our mouth. Here we go. What we can, how we can find a solution for the stupidity? And what is the problem if Shaitan he eat with his left hand? So, what's my business? He is Shaitan, I am a human. God he created for me two hands. He, by the way, Muhammad, did Allah he said to Adam when he created him eat only with the right hand? Unbelievable. I mean, this is very beautiful religion. This is very smart prophet. Superstition, stupidity, madness, crazy, dumb, dump, whatever you want to call it. By the way, guys, do you know what shaitan he eat? As long we are talking about eat, just to show you the contradiction of the stupid Muhammad. Anyone knows what they eat? What shaitan eat? Anyone knows? What shaitan he eat? No, boogers. Muhammad he eat boogers. Shaitan he don't. Muhammad he used to collect boogers. He eat bones. Yes, he eat bones. What else? What else? Okay. Well, Muhammad, you see, a group of the genie, they came to the Prophet Muhammad, and those genies are from Mesopotamia. They are from Assyria, like they are relative to Sam Shamoon. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see if we can find the hadith. We will find it for you. So anyway, a group of genie came to the prophet and they asked him, Prophet, what we should eat? If. You see that genies are exist since the beginning of the time, but until the time of Muhammad they have no idea what they should eat. Man. And Muhammad is the one who will tell them what to eat. He is the one who knows. Those genies, they were fasting for thousands of years, and you know, they are waiting for Muhammad to come and teach them what to eat. So Muhammad, he told them what to eat. He told them that you will eat bones, and each time you grab a bone to eat, Allah will make it full of meat. All right. Look what Muhammad he claimed. He claimed that one night, always Muhammad have no witnesses for whatever happened to him. You see, they came to him and he said, genies, they came to me. Genies, they came to me. And look, let's read from here. Okay, read with me. The Muslims, they ask him, Muhammad, we missed you last night. We're like, well, what happened? Where you been, etc. So Muhammad, he said, they are come to me an inviter on the behalf of the jinn. Hello, yes, who are you? Sir, I am from behalf of the genie. I came to invite you to come to our house. All right, let me get my Samsonite and my computer, my laptop, and I will be right with you. All right. And I went along with them and I recited to them Quran. If. That's amazing. The Prophet, he went with the genie to the genie and he recited Quran to the genie. Man. And then he narrated, he said, then went along with us and showed us their traces and trace of their embrace. The genie, they have fire sitting there. Unbelievable, guys. Okay, why Muhammad did not show them when the genie they are there? I mean, can't you call the genie again, show them to the why no Muslim can see the genie except Muhammad? Why this guy is the only witness for anything happened to him? He went to the 7th heaven 11 in the top of a flying mule, nobody was there. Even his wife, she said, I did not even feel him moving away from me. What is the witnesses? He took them and he showed them a trace of fire. Somebody is doing camping in that place and he left. There's a hadith, Muhammad, he said, that one is more horrible. He said when he was praying, there's a genie used to come, shaitan used to come and disturb him, trying to disturb his prayer. So Muhammad, he overcome the genie and he tied him to the column of the house. Okay. And he said to himself, I am going to show my followers the genie. All right, that's wonderful. Here we go. Finally, Muhammad is going to show something real happened to him. But Muhammad, he changed his mind. 5 minutes before his followers came to the mosque, he released the genie. And he told them, if you came 5 minutes ago, just 5 minutes ago, you would see the genie. Prophet, where is the genie? I released him. Why you released him? Because I remember the story of a Prophet Sulaiman. Guys, you will not believe what happened to me yesterday. Okay, let me tell you something. Yesterday, after I finished my podcast, a beautiful female genie come to my door. Okay? And this genie, she was like wearing beautiful clothes, burqa, made by Victoria's Secret, very conservative. And she told me, I have a message to you from Allah. And then she said to me, I cannot deliver the message for you before you open the code. I said, okay, give me the code. She said, you have to do breastfeeding 10 times first. So I did 10 times breastfeeding until my stomach have no more place, even though I was not sucking milk, because she is not a mother of babies anyway. And then an angel appeared to me, not a genie. Okay, this time is an angel, and this angel, he was half white, half black. The reason why, his name is a chess. This angel, he played chess, so he's half white, half black. And then he said to me, in the name of Allah. I said, what? He said, read. I said, I can't read. He said, read. He said, even my English is funny. Muslims, they make fun of my English. Read. And he squeezed me each time. Each time I tried to read, he squeezed me, this angel. And here we go. Somebody's asking me for a proof. I mean, what's wrong with you? Muhammad, he have no proof of anything. Any Muslim, he saw Muhammad being squeezed by an angel. When? Why Muhammad have no witnesses for anything? Why? You see, we have a prophets, Muslim, they witness themselves. They say that the prophets of Islam, all of them, they have miracles except Muhammad. Even David, when he sing, the birds stop and they sing in the air, and the river stop moving. Hold on. There's a Muslim is calling me names. Hold on. Let's see what this guy. Marshall, how are you, Marshall? CP is nothing but a coward. He cannot debate his book. Rather, he attacking people. Muhammad. You see, guys, let me show you the stupidity of the Muslim. If this is the case, the coward is the one who debate other one books. It means your prophet is a coward, because he, from the beginning of the first page of the Quran, he's attacking us. Isn't it your Quran, you idiot? Keep saying, oh Allah, don't make us the same as the Christians and the same as the lost Christians and the cursed Jews. Isn't it your prophet in the Quran says the Christian, they said the Jews, they said we crucified him, but we crucified him not? So how come all your Quran is based in attacking us, and when we get you busted, you get upset? Huh? Now I have a challenge for you, Abdul. What about you call me live right now and let us see how good you are? What do you think, guys? Do you dare to call me? The one who attack other one book, he is a coward according to this Muslim. This is what he said. All the Quran is based on attacking the Christians and the Jews and those who don't believe in Islam. So your prophet must be a coward. Thank you very much. Any Abdul? Okay, CP. Be a man and pick a topic and let us debate certain topic without being immature. Okay. Here we go. We have a topic in front of us. All the miracles of your prophet, there's no witnesses for it. And your prophet, he says stupid things. However, I will give you a chance. You call me. Let me open my Skype. Let us see if you are brave enough to do it. And I will give you a chance to choose a topic of your choice to prove to us that Muhammad is a prophet of God. Anything you wish. Is that fair, guys? What do you think? I mean, I cannot more generous more than this. I'm not going to pick up my own topic, so you will not say, okay, he's choosing things which are making Muhammad look stupid. I want you to choose the best of topics which will make your prophet smart and make Islam as a religion. Can you do so? My Skype right now is open. Call me. Here we go. Call me. Do you think, guys, he had the courage to call? You choose a topic. Anything will make you get the opportunity to prove to us that Muhammad is a prophet. Anything. It's your choice. I'm waiting. Don't tell me you cannot pick a topic. Remember, you are the one who said pick up a topic, right? So you gave me the chance to pick up a topic. I say to you, thank you for being generous with me. I am giving you this opportunity. You pick up the topic to prove to me that Muhammad is a prophet of God. Call. You have no excuse now. Let us see who is the girl here. By the way, girls are better than you. What's wrong with girls? Your prophet, he said that women have half a brain, but we can prove that Muhammad have half a brain. Everything in front of us is a half a brain person talking. Stupid talk. However, call us. I'm waiting. If you don't call me, that's mean you are a coward like your prophet. And Abdul? Yeah, forget about him. He's a kid. He will not even dare to call. Any brave Muslim have the courage to call us. So Muhammad, he saw a genie and he recite Quran for them, and those genies, they were using fire. But I thought genies are made from fire. So what does that mean? They were cold, or they were doing barbecue? And those genies are coming from Iraq? From Iraq? A genie from Iraq? And look how Muhammad, what he said. Then the genie asked him, oh, the holy prophet, about their provision, and he said, every bone on which the name of Allah is recited is your provision. Oh, the genie in Islam, they are dogs. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Any bone, genies, they eat bones. And then you say the name of Allah in it, and the second you say the name of Allah is going to be covered by flesh. Do you see it? Hey Muslims, how come we cannot do the same? How come the genie, if they say the name of Allah over a bone, is going to be full of a flesh? I mean, that's amazing miracle. Imagine we have a chicken bone. I eat it. I eat a chicken today. Now I have bones. Then I say the name of Allah is going to be back as a chicken. That will be amazing. People, Muslim, they will not buy food. How come this miracle happen only to the genies, and nobody can see this miracle, and nobody can see the genie? Any Abdul? So Muhammad, he forbid the Muslims from using bones to wipe their ass with it. And why you should not use the bones to wipe your ass with it? Because this is the food of your brothers. Do you see it? Muslim, do you see it? Muhammad is saying don't use bones to wipe your ass with it, because this is the food of your brothers. The Muslims used to wipe their ass with bones, and this was the food of their brothers for a long time. Who is the stupid here? He Muslims, the dogs of the American, they eat bones. Do you think that genie, the Muslim genie, they are eating after the dogs? Don't wipe your ass with it, man. This is the food of your brother. This is the food of your brother. And by the way, here, does it say that the genie, they have animals? Is that what it says in English here? That those Muslim genies, they have animals, they have pets. What they have? What they have? What they have? The genie, they grow pets. Yeah, actually, according to Muslims, there is many kind of genie, but not only many kind, they have many religions. There's Muslim genie, Christian genie, Hindu genie, everything, etc. However, there's genies have many kind too, not only religion. Like there's a light genie, there is a water genie. There's I think there's 4 or 5 kind of genie. Any Abdul? I think Muhammad was too much watching movies like Harry Potter. Harry Potter was obviously is connected to Muhammad. Any Abdul? So now until now, everything the Muslims they said in their article, it was false. We showed you that Muhammad he cursed people. We showed you Muhammad he don't have a sense of a humor. This guy is a criminal. You know, was Muhammad a sense of a humor person when he cut a woman to pieces when she's alive? What is the sense of the humor of a man? He attacked women and children and raped them. Or maybe I should show you the sense of a humor of Muhammad pushing himself inside the shirt of a man, and the man was wearing nothing underneath. And the Prophet was kissing his belly. Oh, that is a sense of a humor. And the guy was saying to him, oh Prophet, don't stop. There. Yeah, just right there. Don't stop. Is that the sense of the humor you are talking about? Do we have any Muslim here? I have a lot of the food of your brothers here, Muslims. Anyone want to come here and grab it? Any Muslim want to grab the food of your brothers? The genie are your brothers? The genie are your brothers? Are you sure? And the bones is the food of your brothers. So Muhammad is telling the Muslim, don't wipe your ass with the food of your brothers. I mean, look how connected the story is. Do you have Halim? What Halim? Any Muslim here? Any Abdul? Maybe it was sense of a humor when Muhammad he said if the women have orgasm first, the baby will be a girl. Hey guys, if you are ugly, you know, like me, then you better, if you get married or have sex with your wife, never have orgasm first. You don't want your children to look, your son to look like you. All right, let the child look like the mother. You know, get a daughter. Because if your wife she have orgasm first, obviously according to Muhammad the baby will be a girl and will look like her mother. Now we can control the gender of our babies. We know how. I mean, look at this genius. How he knew that? We never thought of, even science today never thought about this. It's obvious the one who have orgasm first is the one the baby will look like him and will be the gender of him or her. That not only a sense of a humor, this is a very much sense of a stupidity. Any Muslim disagree with this? Or any Muslim he will say I'm lying. By the way, what is the reason for a person to be born blind? Anyone knows? What is the reason for a person to be born blind according to Islam? Who knows? If you look at the vagina of your wife while you are having sex, your son will be blind. If you talk when you are having sex, your son will be mute. Obviously, my father, he was not looking and he was not talking. Good one, good one. I know what my mother and my father they were doing exactly at that day. I was as if I was there. I know every single details. I mean exactly. Oh, okay, okay. Any Abdul? Huh? What do you mean joke? Somebody's saying this is the best joke. Guys, respect, show respect. The Prophet talking here. What's wrong with you? We have to show respect. We cannot say that. What do you mean this is a joke? Guys, when we talk about the Prophet of Allah, this is serious. This is the Prophet of Allah himself. Like, come on, come on. This is not a joke. This guy is speaking science. It's a proven. Okay, there is a very well-known scientist. His name, he's a Japanese. His name, you can check his name. Yama Aidu Lai Yama. Okay, Yama is his first name. Do is middle. Lai is last. So Yama Aidu Lai Yama is very well-known Japanese scientist. Because all the Muslim article they will say to you, an artist is sorry, a scientist. His name is James Bond. I mean, they got names from everywhere, and they make an article and they post it, and that's it. Supposedly, people will believe it. You know. Any Abdul? Any brave Abdul? We don't have a brave Abdul. Anyway, guys, today I cannot really stay long. I have many things to do. All right. Tomorrow I might open for a short time too, and if not, today is my last live broadcast until I come back from my trip. I will be away for a while, a few weeks. All right. I will update you when I'm coming back, but I will deliver to you videos during the time I am not here. I'm leaving the state, which means I'm going abroad. I have a long trip, long trip. So pray that my trip will be successful and will be good. And I want to say thank you for those who they are helping and supporting in donation, because your help made me able to do many things, including this trip I will do. So I'm very thankful for those people. I really appreciate them, and I hope they will, keep supporting us, especially during the trip, because now the expenses will be more. For sure, I will try my best to post videos during my trip, but I don't think live broadcast is an option because you need a very good internet, and I don't think in those areas I can get even close to the internet we have here. Yeah, so don't worry about me being away for a while. It's just a trip, and we will update you. I will post short videos. Anyway, I have a scheduled videos already. They are scheduled to be posted on time about important topics. So you still will receive videos. Nothing will change, except I'm not going to be able to do a live video. All right. God is good. We are doing really good. If you see the email I'm receiving, if you see the response, it's really good. Sometimes I complain because I want to do more, and I found myself still very limited. But I'm not complaining really because we are not successful. We are very successful. But we need to do more. We need to do a lot more work. Still, there's a lot of ignorance in this world, and still our voice is not heard yet as it should be heard. This is why I encourage people to, like now the videos we made today, you can cut it pieces about topics, 10-minute each, 15-minute each, and repost again. I have thousands of videos. So this is why I ask people to work with me, because there's hundreds of millions, they have no idea what this cult is about, especially from the Muslims. So we need to do more work, and we should not say we have enough, because we never do have enough. Especially with teenage young ones, they are the target of the deceivers. The wolves are between your children, and that is additional thing. This is why we need to educate our children. Not only we learn something here, we laugh, and then we go and we turn the TV off or the computer off, and that's it. You need to share with your family, your friends. You know, when your child here is in the age of 12, 13, share with him videos. Show him how stupid this. You know, give him the flu shot before he get infected with the disease. Don't wait until he is, you know, too old or too late to inform him about this cult. Always you should educate your children about dangers around them. The same when you tell a child that there is somebody who's a perverted minded, he might do child molestation to you. You need to tell them about Islam. A child is a child, he have no idea. So, you know, don't wait until it is late, until your son or your daughter is gone. The reason you see someone, she is a female and she is dating a Muslim or marrying a Muslim, because she don't know better. Nobody told her, and then it's too late. It's too late. Her life will be destroyed. He marry her for a few years, he get a green card or citizenship, or he have fun with her, you know. Especially they like to marry blonde women, and then after that you get a little bit older, he exchange you with a brand new wife. She is young. Okay, you made a choice, and now you will pay the price. So all those things happen because families, parents, they don't care. Nobody teach their children about important issues happening around us, especially if you grow up in a family with which they are atheist, and they don't care. You know, they think that having a family is just to provide food and shelter and pay tuition for a child, and whatever else, it's not their business. As if the child is a cat or a chicken to feed. Having a family is extremely hard job. It's not about feeding. It's not about giving shelter. It's a lot more. You have responsibility. So start from your household, your husband, your wife, your daughter, your son. Share. I have my book, by the way, the book about Islam and sex is going to be published very soon. Actually, the first thing I would do in my trip, I'm going to go to the dirty district. Do you know what does that mean? Anyone knows what a dirty district? In those countries, there is some areas have bars, have striptease. I need a cover for my book, and I don't think there's a better cover than the cover I will find there, because the book is about sex. And you know, the Muslim district. Exactly. So I'm thinking to go there and hoping that I will find a picture. I will take my camera with me, and I will be careful not to take like because you cannot put the face of a person in the cover, right? So I will try to get something fit with the book, and yeah, so I might go there and take some pictures and see which one can be perfectly fit, you know. Especially there is a Muslim corner, you know. There's a Muslim corner where Muslim women wearing burqa. You see, because the customers, those kind of customers, they like many kind of things. They like, some of them, they like to sleep with women. She is a prostitute who is wearing a burqa. She's a Muslim, you know, and actually they are wanted. So those women, they go in the front of the corners of hotels. They don't stand necessarily in like in the front of a bar. They stand in the corner of like expensive hotels wearing their burqa, and then, you know, men coming out and in. You know, you can tell right away the way they are looking at you, waiting for you to approach them, to talk to them, looking for a customer. Do you take a questions? Yeah, you want to call me before we go? If you have a question, Cool. Do you? Yeah, and guys, you would really you would love my coming book. My book is going to be two parts. Already part number one is now we are working in the proofreading. So when I get the cover picture, the book is going to be published right away. So maybe in 10 days from now, 15 days, maybe, we'll see. However, the second part almost done too. Actually, it's one book, but I have to divide it to two books because it became big. And you will learn information there you never heard before. Always when we go in details, because this is a book only about sex, so we provide a lot more details here. Sometimes we repeat things because we concentrate in the most important things. How long I stream today? Since 1:30, so it's already an hour and a half. All right. I hope that's when we we publish the books, people will help us. As an example, right now we have our book in Dutch, and very few of you is sharing it with their friends. So I hope that people will help us to share books, not necessarily the English ones. If you speak to a person who speak Dutch, share the Dutch book. You speak to a person he speak German, give him the German book. We have the French translation. We have the Swedish translation. And actually soon we will have our German book, Quran and Science in Depth, is going to be published soon too. So this is why it's good if we have people who they really willing to help. You see, I don't really mention my books when I do podcasting. Rarely I talk about them. But as you know, it's important to have those books to be known. Number one, it support what I do financially, and number two is the purpose of it. You will have always handy reference anytime you wish, anytime you want. You have the index, you have the table of the index. You can right away go and check it out and find the reference and etc. So you do not need to go and search. And same time, there's many things. As translation, as an example, you see, Muslim translation always is false. And maybe in the future project, I will see if I can translate the Quran. Actually, already I started, but I stopped because too many things in the same time. I have a book I'm working at too, but I stopped working it, and I to finish the book about sex, Islam and sex. And most likely I'm going to call it Allah and Sex, the name of the coming book, most likely. Because it's a like straight name, direct name, it's easy to know what is inside the box. Now where is the guy who wanna call me? Where is the person who wanna call? I thought there's somebody wanna call me and ask me a question. And I believe that my coming book about Islam, God and sex, is Allah and sex, is going to be maybe very much like Muslims, especially Muslims, they will buy it like crazy because it's about sex, as simple as that. However, there you will learn informations you never heard before from anybody, not even from me, because as I said, here we concentrate in certain things, and we try to make it easy. Things easy to memorize, easy to remember, easy to quote. Yeah. No, we don't want to make any like from the beginning offensive name. Just Allah and sex. That's it. I mean, how easy, how short it is, right? The name of a book, the shorter it is, the better. As long it you can give the correct meaning of what the topic is about. So it's going to be volume number 1, volume number 2, and as always, reference is going to be there handy. not even a single thing there is not coming with reference, not even single thing, and the reference are astonishing, scary. A Muslim himself, when he read the book, he will not believe it, but he cannot deny it. You know, the Muslims, they have a stupid mentality. As an example, in my the German translation, we have a hadith about Muhammad killing a believer based on jealousy. The Muslim, they said to me, we searched in Sahih al-Bukhari, we could not find that. I mean, how stupid the Muslims are. How stupid. Have you ever heard of a book? It's called Al-Futuh in the book of Sahih al-Bukhari. Dabdoob, stupid, dumb. I don't know. Muslim, they say, people, they say to me, why you call Muslims stupid? I mean, he is a Muslim, yet he do not know what the names of his books. Those are books explaining Sahih al-Bukhari. Like there's a book, it's called Fath al-Bari fi Sharh Sahih al-Bukhari. If you open it there, it says the title, etc., Hadith Sahih al-Bukhari. But doesn't mean that this is Sahih al-Bukhari. This is interpretation of Sahih al-Bukhari. So the Muslims, show me where in Sahih al-Bukhari it says that. Show me the hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari. I mean, it's crazy and stupid. I mean, they are like kids. They are like kids. And this is why they don't dare to challenge me. You remember that stupid guy? He said to me, he said to the Muslims, he made a video saying, Christian Prince, you do not know which Eid is the one, Al-Fitr, which one is Al-Adha. When he called me live to debate me, I asked him, do you want to talk about it? He refused. Why he refused? Right? They are a bunch of kids, and they are desperate to prove to themselves they are not following a stupid prophet. But I can say loud and clear, there is no more stupid religion more than this is stupid religion is called Islam. And there's no more false prophet who is easy to expose as Muhammad. Muhammad and Islam is the easiest religion to expose. But in order to expose always, you have to have the stage. You see, the Muslims, they have the money, they flood the media, they flood the social network. You will see one Christian making a post, you will find the 5,000 Muslim posting. Christians mostly they don't care for those things. They don't care. Actually, until now, how many churches they are inviting us to teach about Islam? Very few. Until now, Christians don't care. Yeah. The Muslims, all their focus in fighting Christianity. Christians, all their focus is forget about it. So you will find there's a guy, his name is a Christian Prince, and maybe other 5-6 people, they are fighting Islam. And the other side, we have 100 million Muslim posting against Christianity. This is the fact. But is Islam hard to expose? It is the most stupid religion. There is no way a person, he have a little brain, little one, you know, tiny as a brain of a bird, he can believe in such a cult. Just give him a chance to see, and you will see. This is why most of the Muslims who come here and they listen, they leave Islam. They argue with me, they fight with me, they call me names, and then they leave Islam. And that's very normal, because in the beginning he is upset. How you say that about my prophet? He never heard those things before. What he heard, that's Islam is an amazing religion. You know, like you get a professional deceivers. Like as an example, you see someone like Shabir Ali who claimed that he have a PhD, and then he speak in a Christian TV station saying the miracle of number 19. And in this station, you have a guy or Christians who is sitting there supposedly debating him, but they are not qualified, obviously, because you see the qualification to debate about Islam is to know Islam. When somebody mentioned to you a miracle of number 19, why you don't ask him, says, okay, show it to me? Shouldn't we ask him to show it to us? If somebody says to me there's a miracle of number 19 and he starts saying to me things, should we ask him count the words for us, count the letters so we can laugh? You don't. Muslims always, they debate people who they are not qualified. They choose their target easy. If they knew that this person they will debate, he might beat them, or there's a chance even 50% of getting Islam busted, they will refuse to debate. And if you are a person who knows a few hadith and they knew you will repeat them, this is what orders you have, that's it. This is everything you know. There's no surprises. That's it. All right, we have a caller. Hello.
Hello, CP.
Hey, my friend. How are you?
Hello, my name is Simon. We have talked before.
All right, Simon. How I can help you?
You said that it was okay to ask question,
Sure, no problem.
and I think maybe this could be beneficial for others to hear as well. There was a new report released by Pew Research Center scientists,
Okay.
maybe 8 weeks ago. Have you heard about it?
No,
The future of Europe.
not really.
It was about how the European Muslim population will grow until the year 2050.
Okay.
And they show in each country what it is today, 2000 or 2016, and they show the difference to 2050. So they showed different countries. An example, in Sweden, it is 8% Muslim today. In 2050, it will be around 30%.
All
They
right.
showed the example France, from 8%, it will be around 20%.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
Germany, same numbers, basically.
Without going farther, let me tell you something. All those numbers doesn't count anyway, because as an example, what is the biggest population of Muslims in Germany? What is the ethnic? Do you know? Turkish.
I'm not sure.
Turkish.
Turkish, yeah.
Turkish is the most lousy ever. No Turkish women in Germany wear underwear when she get out. So those people are Muslim by name, but how many of them are Muslims? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They are,
Yeah, I
they, are
understand
Muslim,
your
they count
point.
them as Muslims, and those studies are false. As an example, if you go right now and see how many Muslims in USA, and they count me as a Muslim, when the fact 85% of the Arab in USA are Arab Christians.
Sure.
You know
So
what I mean?
I mean, if
So those
if they say
studies,
third-
those studies are you know, they are not real, because in Europe, my friend, there's nowhere people they register their religion, correct?
Sure.
Okay, how so we know how many Christians, how many Muslims, how many atheists? There's no way.
I would say that many Muslims don't read the Quran, right? That's
No,
why
this is not
it's
the
so
issue.
easy.
No, I'm not talking about this. I'm saying, in order to know which one of those people are Muslims or Christians, how we will know? Is that by birth?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but even
Islam
that is not right, because how they will know how many Christians in Germany coming from the, as an example, from Syria? How do we know? You know?
I guess they have their way. of
No,
doing that.
no, they don't have their way, because it's against the law in Germany, in Europe, to register the religion of the person who is asking for refugee or immigration.
Sure.
It's
sure.
illegal. You cannot even ask him that question.
Sure.
You know, so there is no
But
way
there
to
is-
know. There's no way to know. All those reports are false studies. They have no base, and they knew that those reports they will let us say they will make there will be a big news. You know what I mean? It's just people seeking for some noise to be known. I write an article, I put it under my name, and then people they will start talking about it and make me a big noise. It's like a phone. But I don't believe in this news anyway. However, do Muslims have a higher population than others? Yes, this is true. But Muslims are not the only immigrant. They come to Europe and they have big birth rate. There's Hindus. There is South American. There is many other, you know. So all those studies I don't really care for. The Muslims you should count is those who they consider themselves Muslims and they are religious. Anything else is a stupid.
But wouldn't you say that even if Muslims they don't know much about Islam, their loyalty should still be with their
There's many Muslims
the
they don't care.
so-called ummah.
There's many Muslims they are not even Muslims. You see, when we say loyalty, we talk about somebody is a believer, not somebody is his name is Walid. You know, many of them they make fun of Islam. You see, the first joke I heard about Islam in my life, it was from a Muslim. The first joke about Muhammad I heard, me myself, it was not from a Christian, it was from a Muslim.
Sure.
Okay, and he is from a very Islamic family. Like if you know his family, they are like a big name, you know. So a lot of Muslims they laugh at Islam. And I gave you an example. Like if I take you right now to Turkey, Turkey now is controlled by who? By Erdogan, right?
Sure.
Erdogan is a Muslim Brotherhood. Go right now, take a flight and go to Istanbul or go to Ankara or go to any big cities in Turkey and see the bars and see the naked women and see the prostitution and see where is Islam in that country. There's no Islam. They are talking about invasion to Europe, but they have no Islam in their country anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have the correct Islam, right? They're
No.
Light.
There's no Islam at all. There's no correct Islam. There's no wrong Islam. They have no Islam. They don't have Islam because Islam is, you know, when you go when you see the Muslims in Turkey how they live, watch their movies, watch their TV, watch their night, their evening. Everything is far away from anything have to do with Islam. So this is the leftover of Islam. This is not the one you want to worry about. The one you want to worry about is Islam is like ISIS. The rest are not Islam. This is a joke. You know, this is a joke. All of this is a joke.
But at the same time, we saw also when there were these Muhammad cartoons, right? People, though they don't read the Quran, they were out, they're protesting. They, you know. So my question,
those are the one who protest. Sometime, let us say, like, you know, he feel like he's insulted because this is ID. He's a Muslim, right?
Yeah.
But in the same time, he's not a Muslim. In the same time, there's a lot of Muslims. They did not go outside and protest. Actually, I believe the majority did not. You know, the majority of the Muslims did not. They don't even care. The one who like go and have a sign says behead, those are the true Muslims. Behead those who insult the Prophet. Those are the true Muslims. Those you have to watch for them. The rest, they don't count. You know, the Algerian community, the Moroccan community in France, prostitution, drugs, everything is illegal, is their community. All right, I'm not putting people down, by the way, by race, no, but this is the fact. So they are far away from any kind of religious practice. Actually, if you go to Tunisia and Algeria and Morocco, you will see how many Moroccan they are leaving Islam and they are living in Europe and they became Christians. As an example, there is a very famous person. His name is Brother Rashid. He have a very famous TV program in TVs. But if you listen to the callers, they call him, all of them, they are Moroccan and Algerian and Tunisian. They are from North Africa. But if you go in North Africa, there's no Christians there, supposedly. So who are those who call in? There's tons of media, websites, songs, etc., made by ex-Muslims who are leaving Islam from those countries. So those things, they don't count for me. I'm not really worried about it. I'm worried about only European being stupid. You see, the worry is the European being stupid. The European, they fought Christianity for long, and they made an empty space for Islam. Because you see, if you come to a place and those people have no belief, it's very easy to take over. Because they don't have, they don't have a belief to defend themselves. They lost their immune system. Let us say it this way: it's like AIDS getting inside your body, and you have no immune system. So Europe is suffering from losing the immune system. The risk is not Islam. The risk is the stupidity is located in Europe. So to fight Islam, you have to fight first the stupidity and the ignorance of European people.
Sure. You know? Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So I have no worry really from all those numbers. I laugh at them. I seriously laugh at them. They don't mean anything. You know, like I will give you an example. In the Philippines, I went to the mall. All right, the whole mall, all the stores in the mall are Muslims. They are the one who in control of selling like cell phone, gadget, phone charger, power battery. You know what I mean? So every store is Muslims, but every store is a gay. The whole store run by gays, Muslim gays who have long hair, big breast, wearing short skirt, you know, and they think they are beautiful girls. You know, actually, I will try to record them next time I go there. So you will not believe it. They are Muslims. There's a woman sitting in the store and she's wearing hijab. But her brother is a homosexual, dressing as a girl, putting makeup, putting lipstick, you know, Like once I stood in one of those stores, she is showing me the power bank. I want to buy a power bank, and the Muslim guy said to me, "Hi sir, how are you? Oh wow, you sound look Middle Eastern. I love Middle Eastern." And I said, "Praise be to Allah." Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. So you know, their numbers is a stupid numbers. As an example, what is the biggest country in the world for Muslims? Do you know? Biggest population?
Is it Indonesia?
Indonesia. Do you know what Indonesia is? Go. They have nightclubs. The nightclubs in Indonesia in the size of a football stadium. You believe it?
Yeah, yeah.
If you see in the pictures, if you see the Muslims, Indonesia, the angry one, Allahu Akbar, they want to do, etc. But still, they are the minority compared to the population. So where is the Muslims? The Muslims, they are wearing a skirt. The Muslims are going to the nightclub. The Muslims didn't care for Islam. So, but still, always the one who will appear in the image is the one who plays himself as a religious, the one who speak out. The other ones, they just go and have fun and they want to live their life. They don't care. So in Indonesia, if we count how many Muslims there is between the Muslims, I might say maybe there's a 5% of the total Muslim population. They are Muslims. The rest are not.
Let me respond to that, because I agree what you said. I mean, most of them are Coca-Cola Light Muslims, but that's my whole point. If you look at, example, Nazi, I think in Germany that time it was around 15% that was hardcore Nazi, but they are running the show because they are very radical, you know. So if you compare that to Muslim world, I agree with you. Maybe there are 5, 15, 20% that are true Muslims, like they agree with ISIS, you know. But the rest will submit with them. So all I'm saying to you right now,
if they take over, if you allow them to take over,
well,
but how they can take over?
I'm just going to try to formulate.
Yeah, how they can take over? This is the issue. That's what I'm saying to you. It is what you need to fear is the stupidity of the European, because if they allow them to take over, then they will be risky.
Yeah, but if a civil war comes, which side will they choose? You understand what I mean?
Well,
those who are Coca-Cola,
I think they will choose the opposite. You see, let me give you an example. There's a civil war as we speak now in Syria.
Sure.
All right. Now, who is losing? Who is winning?
Yeah, there are 35 groups fighting.
Yeah, Islamic but who is losing? The Muslim Mujahideen, they are the one is losing, because and the Muslim Sunni themselves, they notice that the Islam is a joke, you know. So now many of them, they are against having Islamic State. Who is the one stopping the Muslims from having Islamic State in Egypt?
Yeah, other Muslims, sure.
Yeah, the Muslim Brotherhood, they won the election once, and then the Muslim themselves strike in the street. 30 million people went in the street. They want Islam out. They don't want Islam no more in the as a government. So they claim to be Muslims. They claim that to be believers, but yet they don't want Sharia law. And that is not that is the last to worry about as Muslims. A Muslim who don't want Sharia law is not a Muslim. You know what I mean?
But let me ask you, like in the history, we have had several crusades, right? That means that Muslim can be activated and take their religion more serious with time, right?
No. At that time, you see the when at the time
Muslim
of the crusade, Islam was different. Islam was in the stage of warrior, you know.
Sure.
Now there's no such thing, you know. So they themselves, they are rejecting. As an example, just yesterday, Iranian government announced that English language is forbidden to taught in elementary schools. Why? Because they notice that all the young ones they have after 40 years of Islamic government, they love the West. They love the West. Iranian, they don't want Islam, you know. And they have a revolution just last week, and they captured thousands of people, put them in jail. So after all the Islamic regime they have, they could not erase what they want to erase from their head and make them Islamic. They want to be Western. So the second the Islamic regime of Iran goes, I guarantee you Islam will never come back until maybe 200 years from now to Iran.
Interesting.
You know?
Interesting.
Yeah. So just give them a chance. You see, the best way to fight Islam, make Islam as a government. Then the Muslim, they will hate it. Well, you know, I have a radio show. I have it with brother Osama Daktok. I don't know if you know him. I said in the radio that Osama was upset when the Muslim Brotherhood they won the election. I told him I think this is a good thing. He said, "How? Do you know what they would do to us in Egypt? Because he's from Egypt, right? He's a Coptic."
Yeah.
I said, "Trust me, the best way to make Muslims see how stupid Islam is and how ugly it is, make them take over religion, over the government. When Muslims is giving you speeches about morality and good things, people, they can believe. I mean, he is not in charge, so you know, maybe Islam can, they say to you, Islam is the way of life, right? So now those
Sure.
people, after long depression of being unsuccessful, they decide to give their government to the Muslims, hoping that those are the one who are the moral, the good ones, the religious, the mullahs. Okay, we give them the government for 1 year and we find that they are the most corrupt people ever.
Mm.
That's it. Islam is gone. Nobody wants it no more. Every TV station right now in Egypt is cursing the Muslim Brotherhood. You know,
Mm.
before nobody do that. Never.
Interesting.
Yeah, now they became number one enemy. Number one enemy. Imagine. That exactly the best way to fight Islam. As long you are not in charge, like I can give you a lecture about being good, as long I am not in charge, because there's no way to judge my fruits, right?
Yeah.
You know, there's no fruit to judge. I can make speeches from now until tomorrow. Make them in charge. Who is?
But let me ask. Let
who
me
is
ask
the
you a
one-
follow-up question on this one.
Yeah, just
Why
hold
did
on.
Muslims? Sure. Sorry.
Yeah, who is the one who stopped the Muslims from taking over Algeria? The Muslims. Tunisia, the Muslims. Libya, the Muslims. Okay, so you know, I mean, you name it. Where is the Muslims are able to govern? It's not America who is not actually. Obama, he sponsored the Muslim Brotherhood.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
yet the Muslim themselves, they don't want. So there's two kind of Muslims. There's Muslims who they are Muslims by name and they hate Islam and they don't want Sharia law. They want to music, they want to dance, they say they are Muslims, they say we are believe in Allah, etc. Shish kebab. The true Muslim is somebody believe in Islam as the way of life. A Muslim, he want to go to the nightclub, he want to smoke, he want to have a freedom of speech, he want to say whatever he want. A woman, she want to dress as she wish. This is not a Muslim, even if her name is Fatima, whatever she call herself. Those are not my worry. The worry is from those who really are real Muslims. The rest are just numbers. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you know the story, you know, very well about Lebanon. You know when the numbers increased, those who were radical, you know, they were pushing for a civil war, right? Lebanon was a Christian country in the 40s, right?
Yeah, but
1940s.
Yeah, but you see, in Lebanon,
what would you say about that then?
Yeah, Lebanon has a different story. You see,
sure. Can I hear it? Like,
first of all, Lebanon is very much divided. It's not really none of those Lebanese are religious. The only religious there, I can say, they are the Shia. The rest are not. Even the Christians there are just Christian by name. Most of them. So, you know, they speak too much of religion, but then if you go in the ground, you will find that none of them is really religious. The Shia, because of Iran, the involvement of Iran and the money of Iran, they were able to establish what is called Hezbollah, something organized as a Shia. Otherwise, the Shia are very lousy too. So all the religious groups in Lebanon, they are lousy, including the Christians. They are, most of them, they are Christian by name. Same as the Muslim Sunni. Go to the Muslim Sunni district, women, they are wearing bikini and they are in the bar and etc. But yet they claim to be Sunni. Shia, you know, Shia are very lousy too. So Islam became let us say it's a political game more than it is about religion. It is a game. It's a dirt of politics, and none of them is religious. All the groups there, they are not fighting for God or have nothing to do with God. It's just a dirty game, and the country is full of corruption. You know, everything is upside down, and the one who speak about God in the morning, he get drunk at night. He give you speeches about how to be a person of dignity, and in the afternoon he do mut'ah. So all of them are the same,
sure,
including Hezbollah. So Lebanon is a different story, and the population in Lebanon is not really because the Muslim took over, but because the Christians, many of them, they are immigrating overseas.
Yeah, but wasn't the number around 80% Christians in the 1940s, and now it's about
20? because there's 13 million Christians, Lebanese, are abroad.
They left. Yeah.
So
why did they leave? Civil war, right?
No, not necessarily. Sometimes, many of them they start leaving because of discrimination in the time of the Ottoman Empire. However, still many of them they leave because they have a better opportunity overseas.
Well, did they leave before the civil war?
Before, yeah, long before, and civil war make it increase too. But during the civil war, not only Christian left, Muslims left, and many, but the most people who go for opportunity is the Christians. This is why even in USA, 85 of the Middle Eastern Arab Christians, 85% are Christians of the Arab. So 15% only are Muslims, and there's many reasons. Christians are more educated, they seek better education, better life, etc. And some they left during the time of discrimination, civil war, blah blah blah. But the reason, number one reason, is they are flying overseas. Now, if you bring back the Lebanese Christians to Lebanon, they are the majority.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Not only they are majority, there's 13 million inside Lebanon right now. There's 4 million.
yeah.
Out Lebanon, there's 14 million Christians, Lebanese.
Yeah.
So they are not really. I mean, it's just they relocate themselves, and now they are trying to make it to allow the Christians, the Lebanese Christians, to be. I mean, whoever is abroad, not only Christians, to be able to be to earn their citizenship again. If they do that, then the Christian Lebanese are the majority. Big deal.
I agree with you, but could that be a personality trait that we have as Westerners or Christian, that we're not willing to fight? We leave. Example, I mentioned to you Lebanon, also Bethlehem. I think it was 60% Christians, maybe like 40 years ago. Now it's around 5-10, maybe 50.
Yeah. But most of them, they are not about fighting. It's about a better opportunity. You see, in Lebanon, when the Muslims they have a war with the Christians beat the hell of them. The Muslims did not win the war. Like you will find 500 fighters from Hezbollah attacking a small spot of the Christians, and there's like 100 fighter Christians are defending, and the Hezbollah cannot go through. So they did not really win the war, and they cannot win the war. So it's not about defending. No, they can defend, and there is a very brave man there. But the major reasons for people to flee is better opportunity. If you go to France, there is I don't know. I think there's 2 million or 3 million Christian Lebanese in France. And this is like if you calculate this, and I am sure when they calculate the Muslim, they calculate those Christians too. Because that's what they do. They say, okay, a Christian prince, he is in the, they check. They can get reference about how many people coming from Iran, how many people coming from Lebanon, but they cannot know how many Christians of them. So what they do, they calculate everybody as a Muslim. The same when the Muslim, they calculate the Muslims in the Islamic countries too. So they calculate everyone in they say Lebanon, but Lebanon is almost 50-50. They say Sudan, they say like Sudan, before they divided to two countries, they used to calculate all of Sudan as a Muslim country. So same as Egypt, etc. So like in Indonesia, there's I think 12% population of Christians, but when they calculate all of Indonesia as Muslims. But Indonesia have Christians, have Buddhas, have Hindus, and there's atheists for sure. There's no way the country. So, but this is what they do. I mean, it's a joke. That's why I don't go by those numbers. The most important thing is, my friend, is fear always from a nation have no education, and a nation worships stupidity and ignorance, and a nation try to mute people under the name of tolerance. So we are tolerance, and we will not allow you to speak the truth. That is something to worry about. It's not the Muslims. Muslims have no impact unless they are sponsored by the stupidity of the European people, which is sometimes I find it amazing and astonishing. Like when a mayor of a city he forbid a festival was a practice for the last 200 years because he don't want to offend the Muslims. That is the dangerous. See, it's not the Muslims who's forbidding you. It is the stupid European atheist who is doing in advance what the Muslims wish to have willingly. Willingly. So it's not the Muslims really, it is the stupidity in the West. We need education.
We're definitely playing with fire especially in Europe.
Well, there is a fire already. They brought the fire to themselves, but the fire sometimes it can go big and go small. As an example, in France, in the New Year Eve, there's 1,500 cars were burned.
Oh wow!
We're talking about literal fire now, not metaphorical. And I guarantee you, it's burned by Muslims. You know, so they are suffering already from having them. The Muslims in France, I think the percentage of Muslims in France in jail is like 35%.
Yeah, it's high.
It's very high. So we are talking about numbers of people who they are living there, but the fact they have a low education, they have a high crime, etc. So they don't present a good part of the society. They present the lowest part and the savage one. So that will be a problem for the society to handle, but they are not going to have an impact in, I mean, to take over. There are people of jail. They are in jail. I mean, you go to jail, it's full of Muslims.
Yeah.
You see, in the Middle East, you go to university, you will find the Christians inside the school like 60, 70, 80%. And then you'll find the Muslims are the rest. But it should be the opposite. If the Christian in this country is 10%, we should not have more than 10% of the
proportion is weird. Yeah.
So the Muslims are the one who clean cars, the Muslims are the one who clean shoes, the one who work, they are, and the Christians are getting higher education, etc.
Yeah, I agree.
So Muslims are not really a number, you know. Savage ones can be dangerous because those can do violence. They are not educated, and this is the dangerous about them. They are not educated. Many of them they have a criminal background, which means they are ready to commit crimes. It's not a big deal. This is what Europe need to take care of. But I think Europe is changing, and they are noticing how stupid they used to be in the last 50 years. There's many things is changing in Europe.
Can you give an example? I'm
saying Europe is changing. Like now we see countries are forbidding Muslims totally to enter their country. You know, like right now there's 2 countries in European Union. They are saying clearly, we will not allow one Muslim refugee to enter our country.
Yeah, Poland, Hungary.
Yeah, this is a big change. This is not Europe.
Yeah.
Europe was not like this. So there is a change, and this change is increasing. This is why the one they called them the right wings are winning elections. Right? They call them right wings, but the fact they are not really right wings. I mean, this is the name they give it to them, but they are. What is the reason? The reason is the stupid behavior of those governments for the last 50 years.
Yeah, I agree, and I mean, I like your example that you said that basically the West or Europe, whatever you want to say, is like a body, and Islam is like a virus, an idea, right? And the problem is the defense mechanism, which is example the left. They don't care about the body, and they're basically letting in something that will destroy the body. I really like this example. Yeah. So if you want to deal with this right, you have to deal with the left, right?
Right. The atheists, the left-minded people, they are the problem.
Yeah. So my question is like this: if you take a look at, I have a friend from Iran, and this friend to me explained how the Islamic Revolution happened. Maybe you can correct me if I'm mistaken here, but those that we call radical Muslims, they're just true Muslims. They were working together with the left, the Marxists, the atheist Iranian, and once they overthrew the Shah, what happened is that the real Muslim, they started to persecute the left.
Yeah, this is stupidity, because they thought they can be partners, but you cannot partner with the devil, you know. And this is exactly even the French government. They are the one who sponsor Al Khomeini. You see, just last week, Macron, or I call him Macaroni, he went to Iran. After all what happened in Iran, why he go to Iran? They are killing their own citizen, etc. He went to Iran, shaking hands with them, because they are with them in the bed. They are the one who was behind the Islamic Revolution in Iran. Because it's about money for them. You see, everything for European left is money, is business. George Soros, you know, this is the man behind all the madness in Europe. Money. He is he have his empire. He is the real emperor who control Europe. This is why he put sanctions on those who don't accept migrant, not because he love migrant, but because they are cheap employment. You know?
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Why he want to spend 4,000 for someone like you, 4,000 euros at least, and then he pay for health insurance and blah blah blah, but he can get someone for 500 euro. You know?
Yeah.
And he hire him from behind from the back door. He don't pay him anything. You know? Because those refugee, they go and ask for asylum, they get a salary, they get an apartment, and then he work they hire them in their companies, and if immigration came to ask them if there's any illegal, you know, the immigration, they will not even dare to arrest, because that will make a like a problem against them, and they are under the control of a left-minded government, where, as you see in New York, like in some places of Democrat, immigration cannot arrest somebody he is illegal. You know, so always they are like this. They are stupid, whatever the word mean. You know, they are the enemies of your countries. More, it's, you know, more than ISIS themselves.
Yeah, I agree, because they should defend the country, right?
They don't. No, actually, they are the one, because they are the one who have the keys, and they are the one who smuggle your enemies too.
Yeah.
They are more dangerous than the enemy. The enemy, you know him. Those are those are your own citizen, but they are the one who smuggle ISIS in. You know? You know, Trump, he said 6 countries we will not allow them to get in, but Obama, he signed the same order, the same exact 6 countries. Nobody complained. You know, so they are hypocrite and they are stupid and they are mad. Obama signed the same order, nobody complained. Trump, he signed it, everybody went crazy, and he is racist, he hateful, he is Nazis. They put the mustache of Hitler in his face just for the same order Obama he did. Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is the problem. The problem is we have the left. Those are the real enemies. Those are the real enemies. They are mad, stupid, donkeys.
Let me ask you a follow-up question on that. I mean, there's a song, an old classic song. It goes, "If you don't know me by now, you will never know me." Basically, it's a song about how the left is acting. Let's say in UK, there's 35,000 on a terror watch list. Still, after every terror attack, they are defending Islam, speaking about Islamophobia.
Yeah.
Do you think that they will ever get this point, or is it
they will get to the point? They got the point when
is on the neck.
When you know, like I believe in certain time, maybe like a big civil war will break in Europe. A lot of people will be slaughtered. You know. And then the left will have to make a choice. But I will not be surprised if the left in the civil war they take a side with the Muslims. I will not be. This is why I'm saying they are the enemies. They are the more dangerous, more than the terrorists of ISIS and Al Qaeda. They are the one who supply them with information, give them refuge, give them protection. Go and see how many movies made in the war about the war in Syria by the left, making ISIS as if they are the heroes who they are defending civilian. You know, I met actually 2 of them myself in Asia, and the reason I met with them, they were asking a guy if he knows somebody who speak Arabic very well. So he asked me, "Can you help us?" I said, "Sure." On what? He said they are making a documentary, so everybody want you to watch it and see if the translator already they have a translation. But they want to be sure, like final step, that it's fine. No, there's no wrong. So I watched it. I said, "This is a joke. This is this is Al Qaeda. Do you see the sign in his chest? You know,
interesting. Wow."
He said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yeah. This is Al Qaeda. What are you talking about?" You know.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So they are making a documentary about them, speaking about them as heroes, and they are the one defending the country. And the funny, they are against the one who is one of them. The Assad is not religious. The Assad considered to be left like them. So they are siding with Al Qaeda against somebody. He allowed women to drive, allowed women to wear bikini, allowed women to dance. People, they can drink. So they are siding with the one who will beat women, chop heads, cut hands, against the person who is totally the opposite. But there's no logic of those left people. They are sometimes I believe they are kind of possessed. You know, they, It's hard to believe how they behave. It's sometimes beyond imagination. No.
Yeah, they will be persecuted later, and they are being.
Yeah, but
useful
they are, but
idiots.
don't waste your time. They are stupid. They are not listening. Like those two guys. After all what I said to them in that meeting, still they want to publish the.
Of course,
Yeah,
of course.
nothing changed. I said, those people are killing Christians. They are killing atheists. They are killing gays. What do you say about that? He said, well, you know, we are making a documentary about the Civil War. I said, this is about the Civil War. How come you don't show what they are doing then?
Yeah.
If you are making documentary, this is the documentary. Why you don't make documentary about how many churches destroyed by them, how many gays are thrown from the top of the building? You know, aren't you an atheist?
Yeah.
Don't you stand for the right of the gays as you claim? None of the in the documentary is speaking about one negative thing those people do.
Yeah, this is the big betrayal by the left.
Yeah,
and and it's unforgivable. Which country do you think is a big risk of having civil war first? Or
I think civil war is going to break in Europe, all of it, not in one place, but it might start like in certain places, like in France. France became very trashy country, you know, very trashy, very uncivil, and there's no French people in France.
Yeah,
you know, there's no French. You go there, you'll find people from everywhere, but nobody is from France. And it's not important to be French, you know. It's like you see, when a country loses the sense of being proud of their own flag, it is the time to get ready for something to happen. If you live in a country, you go to jail for saying I am proud to be French or to carry the French flag, and then you are praised for carrying a Palestinian flag. That's mean the country is not your country no more.
Yeah.
You know? So it's going to happen. I believe in England is going to happen too, but in England is going to be different. I think if it happened in English, the England is going. The English people, they will finish it very fast, very firm. But the French are lost. The French.
You think they lost?
They are, yeah, because they are the society is very much atheist society.
I see.
Even churches, government, they control them. They go to the church and they watch what you say. It's, you know, they claim to be a civil society, but I find them after I learned about this, the French system is kind of communist. So you open a church, but you don't talk about your religion. They want like it's the church is an interfaith place where everybody is welcome, and you don't speak about anything except stupid things. So you know, in your church, you cannot say gays is wrong. You cannot say Islam is wrong. You cannot say what. So what is church for?
Did you hear what Sweden did about a month ago? They took away God. They, instead of calling him, they put some gender neutral. Did you hear about that?
The church. So what is left? What is left
in the new yearly book?
Yeah.
What do you think about Sweden? What is the future of Sweden?
I think all those countries are going to suffer badly because not necessarily because of Muslims. When you have immigrant more than the population, the country is not a country no more. You know, you yourself, you will be the immigrant soon if you are from Sweden. If you are a Swedish person, originally from Sweden, you yourself, you will find yourself a foreigner, because a foreigner is when he is the minority. You know, so they are bringing people from everywhere. I don't care really. I'm not talking about Muslims. There's a lot of Christians in Sweden from the Middle East, immigrant, right? So imagine if the country became 80% Lebanese Christians. This is not Sweden no more. This is Lebanese. This is the new Lebanon. You know. So it's stupidity. I mean, what you can say? They are digging for their grave. This is why I believe in Europe is going to suffer from civil war. Not necessarily with the Muslims, because there is many ethnics and many differences, and people, they lost their nationality. There's no nationality no more. People, they bring with them their nationality, but then the citizen of the country, they lost it. I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised if the immigrant in Sweden, they kick all the Swedish people out. Why not? They can kick them out. and or they will force them by discrimination to leave. Why not? You are the minority. You will be sooner or later. You are the minority.
So who will the civil war be between?
It doesn't matter really who is going to be between who. It might be between everybody, because there's many groups, many ethnics.
I see.
It's going to be messed up. Every street is going to be a state. You know, like in Lebanon. You see, we have experience in how it is going to be. Every few streets are a state, and they have a prince, and they have an ethnic, and they have a religion, and they have a flag, and they have arms, and you know, they have gates. So it's going to be a messed up islands. Every island claim its own king. You will go to the savage days, you know, like
I see.
Into the 7th centuries. You know, this is what will happen. A massacre will happen. People will be slaughtered, and then they will go back to zero, and then they have to rebuild the country from beginning. But it's going to be something new. Europe is not going to be Europe no more.
Yeah.
But I believe this is what will not happen to all of Europe. It's going to happen to certain parts, especially big cities, you know, because I believe the countryside is more secure and safe.
Sure.
It's not mixed too much with immigrants. But big cities are going to burn.
Yeah. How was it in Lebanon? Which side did the left take?
You know,
Muslim side or the Christian that tried to resist this?
You know, in Lebanon, the left are not in charge in any way. There's no left. There's no left, because the left, you know, let's say, they will not find really. There is only communist, we can say, but still they are not really strong, because most of the groups in Lebanon establish on religious background.
I see. Yeah.
It's not established on left organizations. Or ethnic, as an example, the Druze. So because they are Druze, they are a religious called Druze. So it doesn't matter really if you are an atheist at Druze or not. The attack against the Druze, you stand with your people.
I see.
You know?
So it's different.
Yeah, same as when you say Christians, like war between Christians and Muslims. There's many Christians there. They are Christian by name, but when the war happened, you know, you are at risk, because they consider you Christian anyway, even if you are an atheist. You know.
Yeah, I understand.
So
you said before that you think that the left might take the side of Muslims
in Europe.
Yeah, in Europe. Yeah, in Europe. Do you think that can happen?
Oh yeah, because still they will not. You know, they prefer to side with the devil against anyone is from the right.
Oh yeah, so they have the right is bigger enemy. I see.
Yeah, they will not. The same as I said. You just said how the left they did in Iran, right? The communists they side with the mullahs, and then the mullahs they kill them. There's no more communists in Iran. Zero. They put them all in jail or kill them or make them leave, right? So they side with them, and then they you know, they pay the price.
I see. Yeah. Now this is very, very interesting information. You know, we can have a lot of facts, but we need insight. So from discussing from learning what you know about history, you know, it helps us a lot. You know, and what should we do if we live in these countries? You know, France, Belgium, Germany,
fight for your
Sweden,
rights.
UK.
Don't leave. Fight for your rights. You know,
we should fight, right?
Oh yeah, you leave, you are a loser. Where you will leave? They will keep chasing you wherever you go. Because if I leave and I move from Sweden to France, but they are in France too. Then I leave to Germany. They are in Germany. Then I leave to England. They are in England. So where do you go? You know. So you stay in your place and you fight for your rights, and it doesn't matter what's going to take. You do what you need to do. You know?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have no, you know. You see, a nation who does not fight for their own right, they have no right.
No, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. But like the amount of terror attack that we have had in Europe, you know, we have enough to ask what's wrong with this.
Oh, nothing happened yet. Nothing happened.
Know,
this.
You think this is a light?
Oh, this is nothing. This is not. Trust me. It's going to be crazy. This is.
Oh, yeah?
This is not even a law. Oh yeah. Just wait. I believe in 20 years from now, Europe is going to suffer badly from terrorism, and then the European they have to find themselves. They have to take an action. Either they kick the Muslims out. Just make it clear, you know. Because you will reach the point you will not know who's a terrorist, who's not.
Yeah.
You cannot watch everybody. You know how you can watch? You have millions. You don't have like 10,000 or 20. So time will come. You have to make a decision. Either they stay and you leave, or you leave and or they leave and you stay.
Oh wow.
Civil war is going to happen, and when it's happening, it's going to is going to be it's not going to be like an arresting a person. It's going to be a war. You know, if the Muslims now became like in a certain area, like as an example, just 6 months ago in the city of Marawi in the Philippines, they occupy a city and they announce it to be Islamic State.
Yeah.
Well, Muslims can do the same in France anytime, and it's going to happen. I believe it's going to happen sooner or later. You know, depend in how smart they are. If they do it now, it's mean they are stupid. If they wait, they are smart. But they might do it now.
Yeah.
You know, there is some cities in France. The majority are Muslims already. They can control the city, bear arms, and close the roads and announce it to be Islamic State.
Yeah, that was my whole point from the beginning. Yeah, I agree with you.
They will do that.
That
It's going to happen, but that will be for the benefit of France if this has happened.
What do you mean?
Well, because you know we say in the Middle East, if you don't make a fire, you cannot stop the fire.
Yeah,
you have to burn.
You can wake many people up. Yeah,
you have to burn.
To get worse.
Like you see, if you have a fire coming from the side of the wood to your house, what do? You have to burn some trees in order to stop the fire, right? So if they start the fire, that will tell you, like an early fire, let us say, that will save you from the big fires coming. That will give you a big alarm. You will be ready. You know exactly what's happening.
Yeah, good example.
Yeah. So if they started such a thing, would it be good? The same as in Syria. Like now, the Muslims, they started a big fire in Syria, not a small one, but they lost it, and they lost it for a very simple reason. They made a wrong calculation. They forgot there is a big number of Christian Orthodox in Syria, and the Russian, they will not leave them alone. They forgot the Shia. They will defend the Alawi in Syria. They forgot that America have no friends, and they are with you today. Tomorrow they will have a new president. You know, those countries, they don't have they are not like like Russia. You know what I mean? It's like they don't have a stable politics. The new president, he can switch 180 degree from the previous one. So they made a wrong calculation, and everything went upside down. So now they wanted to establish Islamic State in Syria. What will happen is the opposite. It's going to be a very civil state. Islam have no place in it except by name.
I see.
Christians will have more rights. Atheists will have more rights. Communists will have more rights. And Muslims, they will be just normal. So the dream of having an Islamic State is gone.
But why did they reject ISIS? I mean, they follow Islam.
No, it's not.
As close
it's
as
not
Muhammad.
Because they reject ISIS. They did not. And you see, at the beginning, the Muslims are willing to side with the devil. And ISIS is considered as part of them anyway.
For 6 months.
In order to get rid of the Assad.
I see.
But then, you know, as usual, the Muslims are greedy and they kill each other. You know, as usual, nothing changed since time of Muhammad. So they start killing each other. You know, and then the Russian came. You know, the Muslim, they made a very clear mistake in the beginning of the war. They announced that this is a religious war. A religious war, this is jihad. That means we are going to kill the Christians, or they have to pay jizya. And the Christians in Syria, majority of them, they are Greek Orthodox. Greek Orthodox, they have a full support of the Orthodox Church in Russia.
I see.
The war actually, the war in Chechnya, which is happened long time ago, happened because of the Greek Orthodox in Syria. You know, the Russian attack Chechnya, which was part of the Ottoman Empire at that time, in order to force the Ottoman to stop killing the Christians, Armenian and Christians in Syria. You know, so the Russian always, they have a relationship, strong relationship, and this is not the Soviet Union no more. The church there is very powerful now. Putin is a Christian. Church there is almost in full control of the government. So it's very important for Putin to go with the will of the church. So when the Muslims announce a war of jihad against the Christians and the Alawi, that means the Christians in Syria, they have no more place. Syria is going to be Christian free. So they have to make a choice: either they let them die, or they defend them. America was defending, arming the Muslims, the terrorists. Russia was defending the Christians. This is what happened exactly. So the involvement of the Russian army in the war changed everything. No, and that for the good of the Christians there. Right now, you know, Russia is going to have a base in the middle of Syria, 2 bases actually, and that make the Christians there feel very comfortable. They are not worried about any more threat from anyone. Who there? Nobody there. No?
Yeah, no, I agree. It's I think ISIS, they did a big mistake. Same with 9/11. They were too early. They should have waited 30, 40 years from now to declare, you know, Islamic State, because the numbers would be different. Now what they did is they waken up a lot of European, a lot of Americans, a lot of, you know,
yeah, they
Australians.
They came
now
to,
we know that
they came to the bear and they hit him with a needle.
Yeah, they should have waited, because I mean 9/11, it's so sad, 3,000 people died, but now the world wake up, and if they haven't wake up, at least thanks to ISIS, now many Muslims have left Islam, and at least infidels. Now we know there's something wrong here, you know. So
see,
maybe
all those people, they are listening to me now. All those people, they are listening.
Sure.
It's just because of 9/11.
Because of 9/11. Yeah.
If not 9/11, I used to open my chat room in Paltalk.
How
before.
was it?
Nobody come. Nobody.
I see.
I get 10, 15 people. Nobody come. If I speak to an American room, they bounce me. They get out. Right away, they say to you, "You are teaching hate." You know. 9/11 happened. The day after, I have 300 people in my chat room, which is the full capacity. I cannot take no more. This is the maximum. You know. It was 200. I order a club room, which is like you pay money, you make it 300. So a day before, nobody want to listen. Nobody care. No. And even after 9/11, I have a lot of a problem with the Western to convince them that this is an evil religion.
Oh yeah.
Because until now, you see Christian, they say to you, "I have a Muslim friend. He's nice. He don't do anything wrong. You are teaching hate." I mean, we show them the evidence after, how many, if we say, right, just last week, how many Christians get killed by Muslims just last week?
I have no idea.
Well, just in Mali, they behead 16 people. In Nigeria, they shot 14 farmers. They killed I think 12, 13 students. I mean, this is just in one territory in Africa. So this is how, like, every day there is a terrorist attack somewhere, every day, and the target either Christians, like in the Christmas day in Egypt, they attack a church trying to kill as many. They killed I think 13 or 14 people in Egypt. But because it became normal news, nobody count no more. Even against Muslims, the Muslims, like how many Shia killed last week because of the Sunni, Sunni killing Shia, Shia killing Sunni. How many Sufi? This is a disgusting cult. This is why I'm not really worried about Islam as Islam, because Islam, it kill each other anyway. You see, there will not be a one unit to control you. There are many groups. They themselves, this religion is self-destruction. And this is one of the reasons I'm not really worried about Islam as much. I'm worried about the stupidity of your own citizen. Otherwise, Islam is going to destroy itself.
It's going to create a lot of damage.
Islam right now, who is fighting in Syria in the ground? Yes, there is Russian, there is a Christian Syrian. Yes, but there is a major fighters from the Shia and the Sunni.
35 Islamic groups.
Yeah, but the major fight, the major bloodshed is between Shia and Sunni.
Sure.
If you go and watch the videos of the Muslim Sunni, they aren't speaking about killing the Christians. They forgot about the Christians now. They want to kill the Shia. They want to kill the Iranian. They want to kill the Shia. They want to kill Hezbollah. they are not the enemy of the Christians no more. Not because they don't hate them, no, but because they forgot about them for now.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, they're a more important, dangerous enemy, more than the Christians. So they focus in the Shia right now. So this is why I'm saying Islam is a threat only for itself. Which country is called Islamic country is not facing the threat of Islam? Islamic country are facing the threat of Islam. Islam is a threat to Muslims before anyone. Algeria. Do you know how many? Go right now and search on Google. How many die because of Islamic attacks in Algeria? More than 1,700,000 in Algeria alone. You know, Muslims killing Muslims. So Islam is a threat for everything, and they will not dominate. They will not take over. They will just destroy.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they cannot hold what they.
They cannot, because even if they hold, as an example, I will give you an example. There's a city in Syria. It's called Idlib. So many Islamic groups, they attack the Syrian army and they took over it. Okay, now we are all taken over. All of us, we are Muslims, but now it's time to divide the cake. You know. So what we start doing, we start shooting each other. You know. So we take over, all of us. Then we kill each other, and now the Syrian army is taking the city again.
Yeah.
Because they start killing each other as usual, fighting over the booty, money, you know, and then the enemy will go back and take what he lost. So Islam is a self-destruction religion, and it has no future.
Is that what happened in Spain, Andalus? They start to fight among each other?
Exactly. The Muslims, they occupy Spain for a long time.
800 years.
But and then the Spanish, you know, I'm so proud of them. They were able to take their land back, but they took it when the Muslims was fighting divided with each other, as usual.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Everybody he make his own state, as I told you. They will make state. Every prince, he will make a state. He will have some soldiers. It's not under one king no more. It's not under one ruler. They are very much divided, and they will lose. Like ISIS, you know, they announce a caliphate and they have a big land, but what the first they start doing? They start killing Al-Qaeda.
Yeah.
Why? Because Al-Qaeda is the only threat for them. They are in competition in the business. You know, they are in the competition. Like we have now two groups claiming to be in the Mujahideen. Let us say the big names. So ISIS, they knew that Al-Qaeda is sucking a lot of recruitment, which can come and join them. So what we can do? We should make them look like Satan, and then we convince the Muslims that those are the wrong group to join. So we go in war with them, and Al-Qaeda was doing the same. You know, this is Islam.
Yeah.
This is why I'm not worried about this cult, except it's going to be destruction for some countries, but they will not take over anything. They are not qualified to take over anything.
Yeah, very, very good insight. The problem is not just Islam. I mean, we think it's the left, but it's not also just the left. It's the weak right. Example, in Europe, like everybody is being subjective, Marxist. You know, the left are basically destroying their own country. So with every terror attack, you said 9/11 or ISIS when they erupted, you know, people are waking up. So maybe the right is too weak, and we need to make the right more stronger.
It's going to change. It's going to change. You know, sometimes it might be, but you will notice that there's many outspeaking people. They are going up in public. Things is changing.
But our government is against us, CP.
It doesn't matter. They are going to collapse. At the end of the day, government is based on election. So one day they will find themselves they have zero vote.
I see.
You know, people they can listen to you, keep believing you. And then you know the first time they consider it a mistake, but it was not a mistake. It was a stupidity. Second time, third time, fourth time, then no, they will not believe in them more, and they will lose. This is why you will see in the European Parliament now the numbers of those who nobody heard of them is increasing. Those who nobody want to listen to them, they are getting bigger.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Same in France. So things will change. I'm very sure from that. And the biggest change will happen when the Muslim they make something big in Europe. You know, like
you mean attack?
Big, something big. They might take over a city, make like what they did in Marawi, you know, make Islamic State. Something big will happen. I'm sure it's going to happen, and that will be the biggest change in Europe. It's going to happen. You see, people do not notice what's happening. UK is out of European Union because
Of Islam.
of the immigration. As simple as that. So even UK is changing. They found themselves, they are more vulnerable because being part of European Union, they cannot control even who can come to the country, who cannot. This is why they decide to come out. So after everybody consider that UK is a very important part of European Union and there's nobody is going to get out, here we go, it's out. So European Union is going to face a very important facts is going to happen soon. They will find themselves either they are willing to sacrifice everything to keep European Union and keep immigration coming and Muslims coming, or European Union is going to collapse and every country is going to close its border and they will have their own civil war.
No, I believe that. It sounds very reasonable.
Yeah, it's going to happen. So they have to choose. Like now, already, Poland is saying to them, no, I don't care. You wanna kick us out, kick us. You know, no way. And there's more country to follow. You know, so
I believe you.
Yeah, so it's going to be that this wave is going to get bigger and bigger. Especially, you know, it's endless. Like you have your borders open until now. There's thousands of people coming every day. It's not like just last year. You know, you have a stupid ministers who keep saying refugee are welcome. Okay, refugee are welcome. There's more than 1 billion refugee can come from Africa. Every African, he have dream. I mean, I don't blame them, regardless if they are Muslims or Christians or Hindus or Buddhas, whatever they are. People, they have a dream. They have a better life. Why somebody will live in Mali or Nigeria if he can come to England?
Of course.
You know, so you say to them, welcome. Here we go. Every day, a boat will stop, have 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. But there's a limitation. This is Europe. Europe is small. For how long they can take this? So this will cause explosion. You know.
So when it comes, let's say 20 years, when it get really, really bad, do you think that Europeans will go back to Judeo-Christian values and more people will become more religious?
I don't know what is going to be about religious, but I believe they will go back to their sense of logic more than just a religious.
Sure.
About this is my land, this is my country, this is wrong, this is right.
Patriotic,
They will try to start seeing things as it is more, and this is the important.
Sure.
But being a believer, this is a different story. But as I said, the change have to happen from inside, not outside. And it's happening. It's happening. Let us see. Let us see how long it's going to take before the Muslims announce an Islamic State in France. You know, we will see. If they announce that, then the war will happen. The French army, they will find themselves, they have no choice but to demolish the city, take over it. And then suddenly the left, they will find themselves look like a fool.
Yeah.
And then everybody who was welcoming refugees and welcoming foreigners and welcoming opening the borders, those people, they will find that they were dumb, stupid, idiot, and everything will change.
Yeah. So Westerners, they will learn the experience, and then they will take people like us more serious.
You know, they ask a person, like he said, I will take a bullet for you. So then the guy, he said to him, have you ever have a bullet? He said no. So don't say until you have it one. You know, don't tell me I will have a bullet for you until have you ever have a bullet in you? You don't know what bullet mean. Okay, say it after you have it, then I will know you mean it. So European, they are talking about I will have a bullet for you, refugees, but until now they don't feel the bullet. Let wait until the bullet come, and then you will.
They just have a different patience. Yeah. I want to ask last question. I saw a book that is around 80 years old. They were talking about Islam and they were very, very honest. They call it not Muslim, they call it Mohammedans.
Yeah, actually, they are Mohammedan.
And they were describing how Islam was barbaric in these books. And last week I saw my cousin's book. She's around 12 years old. And, you know, they changed the way how they describe Islam, definitely. Why did they change? Why did the left change?
Purpose,
because the left owns
because you see,
why
the left, they consider Christianity is an enemy, and they wanna get rid of you know, like it's like you have you know, you don't like cats, so you bring the dog, you know. So you bring the dog and you get him inside the house, and then you find that the dog is going to bite you, and then you try to find different animal to kick the dog. You know.
Wow.
So they are stupid. I mean, what you can say.
All right. Yeah. All right. Thank you, CP. I appreciate
for
the
calling.
conversation. All right.
You're
Bye
welcome.
bye.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right.
Bye.
All right, guys. That was a long call, and he, you know, I appreciate this brother. Thank you for calling, Simon. You know, we speak against Islam, but remember, the number one dangerous is your ignorance and my ignorance. The Bible says, "My people, their ignorance, they destroy because of their ignorance," and this is exactly what's happening in Europe. Otherwise, Europe is a great civilization. I mean, it's amazing. But what civilization can do to you if it was in the past and you cannot preserve it for tomorrow for your children? You know, 20, 30 years ago, European police, they used to be worried about people getting drunk in the New Year evening. That is not the worry no more. The worry is about, you know, terrorist attacks. So this is what European did to themselves. Why we are here? Why you from cities which is safe? Your daughter, she can walk in the street in the middle of the night and she is not worried about rape, to the point that in a New Year Eve you have more than 1,000 rape happen in one city and done by Muslims. How we reach this point? So, you know, the problem is they don't want to face the truth because the truth hurt. They don't want to even say who is the rapist. When a Muslim he made a terrorist attack, they say a desperate Muslim, or a Muslim have a mental issue. Look like all the terrorists, they have mental issues in Europe. But all of us, we knew that Osama bin Laden is an engineer. The head of Al-Qaeda is a Zawahiri. He have a PhD. He's a doctor. The Caliphate of ISIS have a PhD. He's a doctor. They are not ignorant. They are not mentally ill. They are very highly educated people. But because the agenda of the left always is to sponsor the devil, nothing will change. If a Christian prince did something bad, they will say a Christian fanatic. But if he was a Muslim, they will say a desperate Muslim. You know, you remember when the news came about burning a refugee camp in Germany? Articles written about the fascist, the Nazi, the filthy, the hatred, the scumbag, blah blah blah. Thousands of articles. 5 days after, they found out that the one who did the burning, it was a Syrian refugee. The article title in the same newspaper changed from Nazi fascist to the following: desperate Muslim, desperate Syrian refugee tried to burn a camp. The same act. If it was done by a German, it is a Nazi fascist. If it is done by a Muslim, he is desperate. He's a poor guy. I mean, come on. You know, so you have a media. This is your enemies. Your enemies is the media of the left. George Soros is the devil. He is the one who controls most of the medias in Europe. This is the devil himself. This guy have big two horn in the top of his head. This is the emperor of the devil kingdom. His money is the source of all evil in Europe. He is the one who tell your government what to do, what not to do. He is the real leader. It's not your prime minister. No. Anyway, I want to say thank you guys for being here. It is time for me to go. As I said, I will try tomorrow to do live podcast, but if I could not, then that's mean I'm going to be in my way to my flight. I will be away for a few weeks. Pray for me to have a successful trip, and I appreciate those people who support us again with their donation. I hope they will continue helping us, especially now during the trip, because the expenses will be more. I'm very thankful for them and for all of you to have you here. I love you all. May the Lord bless you, and don't be like upset or let us say don't feel down. We are victorious. Things is changing and changing for our benefit. You see, you will not know what sickness mean unless you get sick. You will not know how healthy is beautiful to be healthy until you get sick. You will not know how priceless your tooth until you get pain in it. So sometime you know, bad things can be you know, they can generate something good. Bad not always is, you know, it's happening for a reason. So the bad will not make me weaker, is going to make me stronger. And if not bad happening, me and you will not be here. We will not be using our brain and thinking deeply and trying to find out how we can do better. So even the bad can be a motivation, encourage us to do better and to be better people. So bad will never make me feel down. If the Lord is with me, who could be against me? So stay with your faith, be faithful for your Lord, and be truthful with yourself, and be brave, and don't be a coward. If you don't defend your rights, you have no rights. If you don't stand yourself, you are not exist. For somebody else will speak instead of you speak. If somebody asks you your opinion, say it. If they do not ask you for your opinion, still you say it, because your opinion should count. Don't be a person who watch and say I don't care. Those who don't care, nobody care for them. You are no one. You are just a number. Sooner or later you will die, and they will put you in a box and they will bury you. Speak. You will not live more than you will live. So don't be worried. You will die once. Either you live with honor, or there is no need for such a life. You see, many people, they say to me, don't you worry about what you say, they might kill you. Okay, kill me. I live and I'm happy with what I did. I don't want to live all my life until the last day as a coward, as a dog. What is the benefit of this life? Nobody will remember you. Nobody will even mention your name after you die, because you were no one. You were a coward. You were a person who hide under the bed, a person who don't say the truth. He don't deserve to be part of it. You have to be part of the truth, so you can be remembered by the truth. And the truth is what our Lord, he said, I am the Alpha, I am the Omega. And the one who is the Alpha and the Omega, who can be against him? History, it repeats always itself. And I believe people will come to Christ sooner or later. And all those who preach evil, they will pay the price they preach for. I notice always through history that Muslims, when they preach evil of the devil, they are the first one to pay the price of the evil they preach. And the proof is, look around you. Which country have a peaceful life? Which country is a flourishing and have Muslims? I will tell you, there's countries, they are flourishing like Emirat, but there's no Islam there. There's no Muslim in Emirat. What is left over. The whole country is foreigners. The whole countries are Christians or Hindus, or you know, there's no. If we go to Islamic countries, we will see how bad their life is. Like which country? Pakistan, Bangladesh, Saudi Arabia, Egypt. All of them, they are suffering from Islam, from their terrorism. Islam bring nothing but suffering. This is why I am very sure that those countries are going to stay away from Islam, and they will find the truth sooner or later. The world is changing, and because of the internet, we are reaching out to every house, to every phone, to every head. without going there, and that is something nobody was able to accomplish before. Right now, as we speak, I'm sure there's people from Pakistan, there's people from India, there's people from Philippines, there's people from everywhere in the world. The internet is amazing, and it's time to get this cult busted and let everybody laugh at the stupidity of this man. His name is Muhammad, and how disgusting he is. And this is your duty and my duty. And thank you very much for supporting what we do. May the Lord bless you all. And until I see you in a few weeks from now, I say Christ is Lord, Islam is false. And maybe, not sure, I will see you tomorrow before I leave to the airport. God bless. Thank you.